Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today is Guild Wars Tuesday. Guild Wars Tuesday? Yes, Guild Wars Tuesday if you're in the EU, I guess. We are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. We are back in Tyria, going to enjoy some time with my friends across the pond. I'm on the EU servers right now and for the next 4 hours. Here to answer any questions, just get some stuff done. Last week, we spent a lot of time trying out the, talking about new builds that became kind of relevant since the most recent patch. Was primarily the, heal quick kata, DPS quick kata, and then the reworked Scourge. And we did little videos where we tried each of those. The kata videos aren't all out yet, but we tried all of those. We spent time on those. Also, got to work on some more Blishud guide videos because I've been doing a very fun collab with them. The next Blishud guide video is currently being edited by the wonderful Noxxi. That is in the editing queue, so not ready to start the next one just yet. So, kind of just chilling right now. Kind of doing whatever in terms of, like, projects that I like to work on. I am caught up at the moment and just, like, waiting on Noxxi to catch up to me. So just available to do whatever today, whatever we feel like. Bloodshot doesn't have a DPS meter, right? That is correct. For a DPS meter to work, it has to inject data directly into the game and extract data from the game. Bloodshot is an overlay and does not need to interact with the game that invasively. So a DPS meter, like for example, Arc DPS is, like I have Arc DPS right here on my screen, and I also have Blishud, which actually Blishud's not on right now. Give me just a second, I'm gonna turn it on. So like I have half a dozen add-ons basically through Blishud, and then I have one not through Blishud, which is Arc DPS. Alright, let's see. PC, C drive. Hang on a second. I'm trying to remember where I left Blish. Where did
52 months subscribed.
Okay.
When I first subbed to you, I never thought I would be making episodes for you as long as I have been. Keep being awesome.
Hey, Bird Tree. Thank you, buddy. I didn't expect that either. Thank you for the 52 months of support. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Yes, for those who don't know, Bird Tree helps us with taking stream footage and cutting it up into bite-sized episodes and putting them on the Mukluk Plays YouTube channel, which has over 10,000 videos now. Oh, speaking of Mukluk Plays chat, last night we played The Quarry, and oh boy, we got like 11 copyright claims on it. Not strikes, I'm not in trouble, but claims, like where they take all my pennies, as each episode makes a very small amount of money. But yeah, the Quarry music, even though I used the alternative music, apparently it was originally called streamer safe mode, but then they realized it wasn't safe, so they just changed it to alternative music. It is not safe.
My salvation is my reward.
Mavidia says, are people allowed to watch Mukluk's guides while streaming? Yes. Yes, you absolutely are. I have never... Okay, so, like, if you watched a video of mine while you're streaming, if you didn't say a single word and you just watched the whole video, I could, by the rules, give you a slap on the wrist. But if you say anything, then it's basically transformative content, and you're allowed to do that by the rules. By the rules. Now, most people, if they watch one of my videos, it's because they need a guide on how to do something, and I have never in 6 years ever done the slap on the wrist thing to anyone on Twitch who watched one of my videos. That includes when people watched my videos and just basically bashed them the entire time. There's been a couple times where like Eriki or Mela just basically like verbally ripped one of my videos apart because they hated it, which is fine. They're entitled to their opinion. But no, I didn't strike them either. You are welcome to watch and do whatever. There's I am very lucky that a lot of people, especially raid training groups, use my Get to the Point videos to help teach new people. So that comes up from time to time, primarily because of those. But yeah, go nuts. Morning, Mukluk. I just want to stop in and say thanks for the cozy content of the years. Love your stuff. Thanks for the entertaining and helpful content you put out. People happy. Thank you, Canadians. Of course, someone with Canadian in their name is going to be super nice to me. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the kind words. I saw a bunch of new Guild Wars 2 players watching Mukluk guys would started raiding. They would be in trouble. Yeah. Hey, you guys want to see something funny? Hang on a sec. Let me go over to my YouTube dashboard here. Okay. So if I go to... Wait, hold on. Is it copyright? Hold on. I need to make sure that this isn't going to show private information. Copyright. Okay. So if I put up a video that has something, it assumes I own the rights to that. And then if someone else puts up a video of the same something, I can try to strike them. Wolverine versus Sabretooth. Why play Guild Wars 2? Okay, that guy's watching my video. Wolverine versus Sabretooth again. Friggin' World of Warcraft cinematic? I own the rights to that? Okay. Another World of Warcraft cinematic. Fallout New Vegas? Yo, yeah, I played Fallout New Vegas for a short time. So, yeah, the claim system is kind of weird. Yeah, this is because I played a Marvel game for a while, and it now thinks I own the rights to a fight scene. Stands in the Fire. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Welcome, dude. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Mnemix is always funny to think of it that you spoiled Preach Gaming on Wing 7 boss. Yo. He did not watch the videos in order. I feel no guilt on that. I could totally see how that could happen, and that is unfortunate. I don't feel guilty about it. Yeah, I don't feel guilty about it. What if someone watches a vid on Twitch, says bababooey, and then posts the VOD on YouTube? So, YouTube, I would say if you tried to... Let's say that happened and then I tried to claim it. If I hit one of the YouTube bots, it probably would just say it's fine. If I could get to the point where I could talk to a human being at YouTube, they would probably take it down. But, you know, getting to talk to a human at YouTube is very difficult. Like, each day that passes, like 5 years of content is uploaded to YouTube, so they just cannot have enough people to maintain all of it. You made all that. Oh, yeah, I made so much. I asked this in some places before. I never saw a response. Sorry if you need to answer it again. Are you going to play AC Odyssey's DLC? Possibly. Viewership was okay, kind of mid when I played AC. I would say, my personal opinion, I'd be okay with trying it. AC Odyssey was a okay game. It was somewhat enjoyable. It wasn't my favorite. I also didn't hate it either. It was just kind of enjoyable. So I'm willing to if I felt like there was a good time for it and the audience wanted to see that. Right now it's October. People want dark and spooky games. So besides Guild Wars 2, I've been doing a lot of spooky games. We started a game last night called The Quarry, which is a spooky game. Well, it's supposed to be a spooky game. It hasn't been that bad yet. Muck has rights to WoW cinematics confirmed. Yep, don't tell Blizzard. I am the donkey. Thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Appreciate you. Welcome. Blink twice if Ubisoft has your family. Dude, friggin' Darren's GW2 has more of a chokehold on my family than Ubisoft does. I will not leave me alone. Muck's Marvel superpower is copyright claiming. My Marvel superpower is copyright claiming, that's right. Mug, there are DPS meters that do not have to touch the game, but it needs to read your chat logs, which Arc injects to Guild Wars 2 to read the chat logs. Gotcha. I will say, in full disclosure, I'm not a programmer. When I tell you... FBI, open up! That was scarier than The Quarry. Hi, Vian. Thank you. When I tell you guys like how the Arc stuff works, I'm basically telling you what programmers have told me. Aside from that, it's I know that in a program that is an overlay, which is what Blishhood is, it doesn't work. It needs to be more intrusive than that. Are you gonna try PoE 2 early access in December? I'm very interested in PoE 2. Yes. Will I try it on launch day? It depends on what's going on at that time. Depends on what's going on at that time. Let's see. That is done. Let's see. Light Range Mag Converter. Let's see. Packed Crowbar. Star of Gratitude. Let's get that. Alright, just gonna bounce through my ults that are parked at money spots real quick. Hey, what still keeps you playing Guild Wars 2? The forbidden F word. Fun. I know, Reddit hates it. As far as what keeps me playing Guild Wars 2, honestly, the answer is twofold. Real talk. I used to play Guild Wars 2 7 days a week, right? Like, for a couple years, I did that. And I never had a day I wanted to take a day off. Now, sometimes I want to take a day off from Guild Wars 2 because I've done everything. I have over 9,000 hours. What, 9,000? I have over 9,000 hours in the game. I've done everything. I still enjoy the hell out of it, but I get burnt out if I play it too much now. I've made like, what, 170, 270 guides, something like that, for this game. So these days, what I typically do is instead of 5 days a week, I devote every Tuesday to playing it. I have a very strong Guild Wars 2 community, so I like to hang out with them, visit them, stuff like that. And then on the other days, I do variety content so that I don't burn out on a game that I love. But that's it. I have fun playing the game, but I do, you know, I did stop doing it 7 days a week because I started to get burnout. You said the word? I said the word! I said the F word! I dropped the F-bomb! Right here on my family-friendly stream.
Support in reference to your latest YouTube vid. Buy yourself something nice.
Thank you, Mr. McGiblets. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I got a curiosity. What class of build do you prefer playing in open world solo nowadays? Quickness providing Untamed. It can provide itself almost every boon in the game, does a good amount of self-healing, and good damage, and has good emergency moves, and has a 10-man res in its back pocket while running around solo. I have a lot of fun playing that, and if I run by people that are in trouble, I can snap my fingers and save them. And I like that. Let's see, catching up on chat. Is there a way of tracking healing done to other allies using Arc DPS? Yes, it's not as good, but yes. Let me see just a second here. So there is, let me see, if I do, where is it? Self stats. This window here, this is only for the current fight, but it has damage output, healing output, and barrier output. So if you have the self stats window open with Arc DPS, you can use that to see how you're doing. Now, it doesn't have the really fancy logs like how Arc has for damage dealers. I don't know if there's a way to get those, but yes on the other stuff. Let's see, Lloyd says, "Hi Muck, I just saw your response video. After dabbling in internet drama and response videos on YouTube, I gotta say you and everyone involved in the video made an exceptional response." Thank you. I mean, yeah, I wrote it and recorded it. I went to Noxxi and I was like, hey, I would like to release a single response video to all this crap that's happened the last month. Would you be okay editing this? If not, I understand. I don't want you to feel like I'm dragging you into it. And she's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, okay, all right. So here's the video. You know, there was a lot of times I lost my train of thought, or I like stumbled on my words and had to re-say a sentence or something. And so Nox cleaned it up for me, and then I posted it. And as you saw, I gave it the most boring thumbnail ever because I didn't want people to accuse me of it being clickbait. So the thumbnail is literally just the word drama. Yeah, just okay. To touch on this really quick, just so everybody knows what's going on. There is an issue that I would label as drama that I've been dealing with for about a month now. And I tried the whole just ignore it and it'll go away thing, literally a month. And it wasn't going away, it was getting worse. And so I finally felt like my reputation was starting to get damaged a bit from this. So I was like, okay, I gotta put something out there. So today, I released a video that is just, it's called My Response. And it's me, from my perspective, clearing the air of everything that happened. I even made a command. It's !embed. So if anybody at any point asks, like, what's going on? Why are you an evil person? You can just punch that command in and it'll link them the video. And that's it. Also, friggin', I got a message as I was starting the stream. Dude, friggin' made my heart rate spike. If you've watched the video, then you understand. Darren's just released another video about me. This is the third one he's done, the fourth one total, counting the Nike one. And I'm just like, leave me alone. Oh my god. Like, I don't think Darren's is malicious. I think he's an idiot. Because he doesn't understand the consequences of when he's throwing this mob around. He does not realize, like, how much power he has when he just, like, spouts off half-baked misinformation. He's malicious. I think Nike's malicious. I think Darren's is just trying to make, like, clickbaity videos to be successful as a YouTuber. Totally understand that. And he doesn't realize the consequences of what he's doing. This was like, Jesus. Do you play this game on a 60% keyboard or 100%? I don't know what you mean by that. I will tell you, my keyboard is a Razer Ornata Chroma. I just lifted it up and read the bottom. I should probably clean it out. It's got, I have a cat and there's a lot of cat hair around the keyboard and it probably has a bunch under the keys. Let's see. Can you put in a complaint of harassment against them? No, because it's not. Well, I mean, what's his name? Nike. You could maybe argue he is. The thing is, Darren's isn't making a video that like he's being very diplomatic and political in the video. It's just he's very diplomatically like, you know, I want to congratulate Muck for doing the right thing and understanding what he did was wrong and changing his ways. It's like, okay, that's not an evil statement he's going to get punished for, but it implies that I'm sad that I was caught for doing these nefarious things. And it's like, bro, what? Like, none of that is how that, what? So, you know, nothing Darren's has done is reportable, and I'm not going to, I didn't report Nike either, even though he said some pretty bad stuff. It just, ugh. Dude, I hate that my body does it. I don't think I have what a doctor would classify as a panic attack, but I think I'm like halfway there. Every time I find out about another development with this, I can feel my pulse in my neck. Like my heart rate speeds up, and I don't like it. Okay. Let's see. Anxiety spikes? Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Don't die. Thank you for the tip. Yeah, Daddy Poochie, thank you for the tip. Don't die. I'm gonna put that on post-it note, put it on the side of my monitor. Use Condi Cleanse? I just watched the video, saw you're dealing with that. Don't really understand why people get spent out of shape or word of mouth very little. I feel the same. Obviously, people disagree. And honestly, at this point in time, because I've had so few people that are willing to actually talk to me about it, I'm so appreciative of people that even if they completely disagree with me, they talked with me. I'm so appreciative of that, because for the past month, I've been dealing with people who wouldn't listen to my side of it and just like were just attacking me. And it's like, oh my freaking god. Are they trying to create drama to delete their followers? I don't know. They, like, looking at their videos, like, they get as much views on their other videos, so I don't think it's any, like, more clickbaity than the stuff they were already doing. I don't know. Did you know the gateway to the mad They think embed equal bad. Yeah, I talked about that in the video that I posted. A lot of folks have a very bad connotation with embeds because of some bad actors in the past who abused it. But yeah. Let's see. What do we got going on? Shotgarant's about to start. Let me see if they need an Untamed over there. Amok, what you're doing right now is fine. The single response to you should be your last take. Any more, I feel like would be a bad move. I agree with you. I agree with you, Lloyd, because I think, like, if I ever were to make another one, it would look like, you know, just a friggin' pissing contest, just people slinging mud back and forth. And I don't want that. I don't want that on my channel. I didn't even want to have this video on my channel. Like, I waited a month hoping this would go away before I made this one. But it's, you know, video number 4 from them went up today. So I was like, all right, I honestly felt like if I just stayed silent, then my reputation would continue to be damaged. And I make a living doing this, so I couldn't just like roll over and let it go any further than it already has. Let's see. Let's see, join squad. It's like 4 people. Let's see, Swamp 2, DPS Untamed. Okay. I don't know if there's enough people here for this. We'll see. Muck, usually I'd recommend people dealing with that just to let it go, but everyone keep on for as long as you can. I'm sorry going through this. Yeah, I agree with you on just let it go. You know, like, the thing with content creation is, like, okay, any of you, imagine that, you know, you're going through your day-to-day life. How often do you meet someone who just hates you? It's probably not that often. Most people that you run into, they don't get to know you well enough to hate you, right? Like maybe you're at work and you got 10 coworkers, maybe one doesn't like you or you don't like them, right? It's not a huge number. But then if you put yourself out there, if you show yourself and what you like and what you do to, you know, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, some of them are not gonna like you. And that's okay, you know? People have different interests and stuff like that. You show yourself to 10,000 people, and now it's like, okay, some of these people are just batshit insane and want to kill me if they find my address, you know? Yeah, like, the bigger the numbers, the more likely you are to find someone who is just absolutely bonkers. And I get that, and I accepted that a long time ago. I've been doing this for over 6 years now. The problem is when they start forming little clubs, and then, like, you know, like looking up your information. Like, I can't tell you how weirded out I was when a couple of them found me on Facebook recently. And it's like, I had set my Facebook to private when I started doing content creation, so hopefully they don't, like, find my mom or something, but it's still, like, eerie. It's unsettling. So, yeah, and, like, it shouldn't have to be, because, like, you could say, like, oh, well, you know, you're put yourself out there on the internet, like, that's a consequence of it, and it's like, yeah, you're right, but it shouldn't have to be. Hold on, I'll catch up on chat after we squish this bug. Whoa! I couldn't see the donut there. Hold on, can I save this guy? I got you, soldier. Actually, hold on a sec. I'm just gonna do a Spirit of Life Rest. Ah! Oh, I'm gonna get hit by the rock.
Well, when they have proper guide, proper website, proper content, PP would reach them. You give a lot for us as players in GW2. You deserve a more, you deserve better.
Thank you, buddy. Those are very kind words. I appreciate that. And also 690. Nice. Is this Untamed build hard to play? It is not, because some very kind potato made a guide breaking it down. Give me just a minute here, and I will get you a link to it. I should really have a command for this. Let's see, how to play Quick DPS Untamed. There we go. All right, so this YouTube link I'm putting in the chat right now is a guide to play Quickness Untamed, which is good for open world, and it's also great in groups and raids, fractals, all of that. Hiccup, excuse me. Let's see. Rujani says most people hate me because I'm too sexy. I would not know how that one feels, but power to you. Some people fish for drama for reasons, others spike it now they get a response, maybe. Honestly, now that I think about it, it's kind of infuriating that Rose reached out to Muck, a literal nobody online, these two girls, two veterans, just ran those stories out their side of it. Yeah, dude. So at the end of the video I posted today, I said I'm fully expecting a gotcha moment. Oh, like, look, he took it down, he's admitting to being evil. I'm fully expecting a gotcha moment, which is why I made my video, so that people understood why I did what I did. And then before I even got my video live, Nike's blasting on Twitter, and Darren's has made a 4th video. So, boom, there it is. And then Rose, who you just mentioned, Rose messaged me, and he's like, I freaking knew they would do this. And I was like, yup. Let's see. Dr. Wells says, necessary going in for therapy. Hey, Muck, I appreciate you for being you. Thanks to the hours of entertainment you provide, the knowledge shared, and the insights given. Your king lacking a crown. Wow, that is very high praise. Thank you. Given your family history, you're coming back for another convenience here is not improved. Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about like a doctor visit. I started reading that in the middle. Started going through this. I've seen this kind of thing happen with other streamers. Seems like people just hating for no reason. Like, I want to say, I fully understand people seeing an embed and going, ugh. Obviously, I disagree with them. My whole opinion on that's in the video. I won't go into it here. I totally get that. But I think going any further than that is, like, you know, way too much. Like, hating on an embed because you saw someone else misuse one in the past, sure. You know, the personal attacks and stuff like that, what the hell are you doing? Is it just me or does Guild Wars 2 crashes more than recently? I have not experienced that, but I don't speak for everyone. Okay, there we go. I was like, we need some people over here to hit this thing.
Hey Muck, get some Skittles on me to cheer you up.
Yo, I love Skittles, thank you. You know, fruity snacks, Skittles, Starburst, Airheads, top tier. Oh, I got kicked into the donut. That's me dead. Kicked into the donut. That's all right. We'll go back to the waypoint. Let's see. Chocolate candies. I'm gonna say Reese's or Butterfingers are top tier. That's just me. It just reminds me of the mob mentality that hurt a D&D streamer Joe Cat for the most arbitrary of reasons. Yes. Yeah. So, Joe Cat, okay. I don't know the right word for it. I know Joe Cat is... God, okay. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells right now, not because I have any problem with Joe Cat, but because I don't know the terminology. Please forgive me if I use the wrong term. Like, Joe Cat is a guy who sometimes is likes to wear dresses and things like that, and he still likes girls. He still likes girls, but he has made videos about, like, you know, the things he likes, which is not related to D&D. Now, he got very, very, very big as a creator with his Crap Guide to D&D series, but then he made some other videos about, you know, this other stuff that he likes. Not my thing, but fine, whatever. And then he started getting tons of hate, which even came down to, like, people, like, looking up where he lives and stuff like that. And so then he basically stopped doing content creation for a time because of that, and he just kind of went off the grid. Take the Skittles and put them in a bowl with M&Ms and Reese's Pieces. Enjoy. Ew, what? No. No, dude. I love macaroni and cheese. I love Fruit Loops. I'm not going to mix those two. No, you don't just take two things you love and smash them together always. He's just a crossdresser then? I honestly don't know. There's so many, like, words that are thrown around with that stuff. Like, there's ally, and then there's, like, ace, and then there's, like, I don't know half of them. I don't have a problem with any of them, but I don't know what the right word is for him. My point is, he shared some stuff that was personal to him, and then he got attacked a ton for it. And he was a creator that had, like, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of subs. So, you know, if you take 1% of his community and, you know, say that they suddenly started bashing him, that's a very large number of people. I don't have anything against it either. Yeah, no, I didn't think you did. I was just, again, it's like, in today's day and age, it kind of feels like you're walking on eggshells when you go into this topic. You have to be very careful if you're putting yourself out there. We need less haters in the world. Why can't people be happy? It costs nothing to be supportive, kind, let people live their lives. I agree. Like, as long as someone's, like, not hurting other people, I completely agree with you. Joe Cat, he's just an authentic self, but insecure people ruin things. Yeah. Now, you really want to mess with people, take Reese's Pieces and Skittles and mix them up in a bowl and then put it in, like, an office. Because they both look the same at a glance. Let me refollow to show solidarity. Been on the receiving end of this kind of thing before. Oh, thank you, Trix. Speaking of delicious cereal. Cam says, quick question, is it just me or is Mesmer the most versatile class in the game? Chrono healing build seems so strong compared to others. Condivert and Powervert builds are among the strongest in the game. Has both quick and lack specs by changing a single trait. Okay, so Chrono is absolutely the only build in the game, like in terms of a single specialization, that can go quick heal, quick DPS, a lack heal, or a lack DPS or DPS. Alright? For example, a Guardian can do any of those, but a Firebrand can't do any of those, right? Chrono's the only build in the game, or the only specialization in the game, that can do a quick builds and a lack builds. Outside of that, you know, like your Untames can do quick builds, your Druids can do a lack builds. There's no other specialization that can do that. So it is true.
I sustain Daddy Muck and Daddy Muck makes me strong.
It is true that Chrono is the most versatile specialization. But if you're talking class, it's up there, you know? But like Guardian and Revenant are stellar also. You know, if you're saying class, like, you know, you're including everything in the class, then I would say Chrono is one of the great ones. I don't know if it's the top one. But it is very good. Engineer? Yeah, Engineer too, sure. Let's see. Hardball, I enjoy your streams because you don't come across as negative. I enjoy optimistic, lighthearted streams. Well, I tried to, I mean, you guys know the whole family-friendly thing. I tried to make my stream one that people could, like, have it turned on in the living room and their kids could be in the room and then not worry about that. it's not always, like in the evening streams sometimes, like the late night streams, sometimes I do like horror games like I am right now, but I always warn people ahead of time. But these are the early ones, so. I'm a good boy. Mostly here for the variety, but heard about the drama peripherally and watched your video. Just wanted to drop in and say I've seen you in action answering questions to yours two folks midstream. Always appreciate your ability to kindly and simply answer questions. Would love to have a similar support games I enjoy. You always seem like kind, thoughtful, hardworking person. I think the drama is all for views. Keep being you. Thank you, Gorniar. Appreciate the kind words. Just logged in Twitch to give you Twitch Prime. Say you mug. Thank you, Move. Just watch the drama vid. I'll tell you, Mug, you're seriously honest person. Enough where you have a bad poker face. A bad poker face? I wouldn't know. I haven't played poker. Or I should say, I know the basics of how to play poker. I don't have any skill at it. Speaking of, let me double check. Again, I'm completely okay if people disagree with me, but I just want to make sure there's no bots. Sometimes after I post a video, like within a few minutes, there is like a bunch of bots that are spamming stuff. I just want to make sure that there's none of that. Dude, what? There's so many comments. Oh my gosh. This is... Hold on. Jesus Christ. Okay, wow. Alright, so for those who don't know, when a YouTuber posts a video, it will say, like, you know, 1 of 10, like, of your last 10 videos, how is this one doing? Like, 1 of 10, 5 of 10. 10 of 10 is, of course, the worst. 1 of 10 is the best. That video, I gave it the worst thumbnail and the worst title because I didn't want people to be able to accuse me of making it clickbait. So I'm like shocked and alarmed that it's doing #1 right now. Freaking drama, man. Man, screw making guides. I'm just doing drama vids from now on. I'm gonna take half the money I earn and buy a freaking heart monitor because I don't think it's going to last, and then just get rich. Here we go. Let's see. Are you making any builds today or enjoying the wonderful world of Tyria? Wonderful world of Tyria. Since the last patch, there were 3 builds that really got changed in a dramatic way. There was Quick Heal Catalyst, DPS, Quick Catalyst, and Scourge. And I have tried all of those. The Catalyst videos are not done yet. One of them will go out tomorrow. I have tried all of those, and that's done. So I don't have any other like brand new builds I'm itching to try since the previous update. I am, like, as a long-term project, this will take like a year working on guides for all of the Blish HUD modules. And that's been a really fun long-term collab with the Blish HUD team. Going to link that in the chat right now. So just to show, these are, there's one in bed. These are all of the Blish guides I've done so far. And then just, you know, making more over time. The next one is currently in Noxxi's editing inbox, the Nox box, if you will. So number 7 is on the way, so there's not much point in recording number 8 yet, because it would just be sitting in the queue for a very long time. So I could just chill today and then get to that one in the future. So today, you know, if a oh my god, today if more news comes out, I'll be covering that, but. I'm white. This is the only dance I got. Thank you, Anonymous Gifter, for the 20 gifted subs on Twitch. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Captain Crapface. Oh, what's up, buddy? How's it going? You have 2 examples proving this bloody statement. Wait, what bloody statement? Drama is a crutch for idiots with no charisma or talent to make actual content. You have 2 examples. Oh my wow, I missed your first message. Okay. Thank you for the kind words. I know that's Captain Crapface talk for hang in there. Appreciate that. Captain SC says, I wasted all my endurance to dodge those gifted subs. All your endurance. Oh my god, someone give that man a vigor buff. The eyebrows really sold the dance. Yeah, I've been getting lessons from Asmongold on, you know, the eyebrow waggles. You ever like, love him or hate him? Watch that man for like 60 seconds and just watch his eyebrows. He's like trained himself to raise the eyebrows with like every other word. It's like he's got eyebrow muscles like Goku. That is a crazy skill to build for yourself. I'm not hating. I'm not complimenting. I'm just saying, watch it. Yeah, like just like that emote the Master Leo posted. Clown Fiesta says, I heard Weak Aura is going to drop for Guild Wars 2. Is that true? I have never used Weak Aura in GW2, so I don't have any information on that. I'm sorry. Hang on, I'm just going to buy a bunch of chalk acid here. There we go. Good for another month. It took him days of not cleaning up his room to master that skill, though. Yeah, but now he can clean his room, and now he's got both.
The jungle has turned cruel.
Except Goku and SSJ 3. Oh, where he just gains eyebrow muscles? I unsubbed from there. I am not asking... Dude, I'm not... If you want to do that, that's totally fine. I'm not asking people to unsub from others. I am not considering it a victory if I get people to unsub from other people. I'll even say, Darren's has posted in the past some videos that I watched. I was like, huh, didn't know that. He's posted some good stuff. I wish he'd leave me alone, but he has posted some good stuff in the past. Nike's just Nike. But yeah, I kind of wish that he would just go back to showing cool guides and stuff. Let's see. My decision, no problem. Yes. Muk, do you have a video on picking a main? It's been weeks and I'm still on the struggle bus. Good morning, by the way. Hello, Adrian. I can give you a few small tips. One, if you're newish to the game, if you didn't already know, if you go into the PvP lobby, you will have access to every skill that your class will ever unlock. So that will allow you, on a low-level character, to go into the PvP lobby and have all of these skills, and you can try them out. So you can kind of decide with less time, like, do I like this or not? Like, ooh, that's a really fun skill. I'm gonna unlock that ASAP when I get out of the PvP lobby. You know, you can make choices like that. Additionally, and this is going to sound bonkers, but this is actually what went through my head, years ago when I was picking a main. I looked at, I basically tried to quantify, like, okay, I do have fun playing this class on land, but I don't have fun playing it in the water. And then when it's downstate, like, Engineer, I love Engineer. When it's downstate, it might as well be game over. It doesn't come back from downstate. It never comes back from downstate. Ranger always comes back from downstate. That's absolutely points from Ranger. You know, Ranger's always getting back up. So, little things like that. I tried to kind of quantify that to determine, like, okay, which one am I enjoying most of the time? And, that's not going to work for everybody, but that's the kind of thing that went through my head. Definitely recommend that PvP lobby thing, though. LA downstate is part of the rotation. Oh my god. As a support main, it makes me go absolutely bonkers when an Ellie goes downstate and I start casting a resurrect spell on them.
Had to come back to give out these Bezos bucks, THX for the reminder chat.
I'm like, don't worry, Spirit of Nature, res that man. And he's like, misform, and then he just jukes the res, and then he just floats up to me and he's like, res please, and I just like have a blood vessel burst in my head. Dude, I swear to God, like, someone freaking animate that. Like, the Ellie goes down, the reviver is just like, magical res spell, and then they mistform it, and they float up to your feet, and then just like, res please, and you're just like... It's just like, there's that anime vein just twitching on your head, like, oh my, and it's just like, I want to let him die. I want to let him die. Because, like, your skill's on cooldown, and it's just like, oh my god. Can't handle that. Mez Thief instantly pressing too. Like, sometimes it's like, okay, I get it. But then other times it's like, why did you do that? Muk, thanks for what you do for Guild Wars 2. I'm an old Guild Wars 1 player. I left the game for about 7 years. Thanks to you, Mighty Teapot and Laura. I just returned to the game. Mighty Teapot and Laura are amazing. And you are very welcome for whatever I provided. Thank you for the kind words. I don't remember it as well because it didn't hook me the way Guild Wars 2 did, but I did play Guild Wars 1 also. I enjoyed it enough that was... Like, when I saw Guild Wars 2 on the store shelf one day, I bought it because I was like, oh, I enjoyed Guild Wars 1. I'll get this. Yeah, I bought it off the shelf. That's how long I've been here. So I get it. Hello, Mr. Muk. Watch your response video. It was a long-time T-pop viewer and consumer of your Get to the Point videos. I hope that all the stuff dies down with your good response. I hope so too, Kev. Thank you, buddy.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Cameron says it's the miscommunication of thinking, right? As thief, I may want to TP out of an AoE immediately as going down, but someone might be trying to raise you at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're in a puddle of like, let's say fire, and you're downstate and you're dying rapidly, I totally get just slamming that key to get out of it. And if you dodge the res, that was really unfortunate timing, right? If you're not on like Discord with the guy and he'll be like, if he's like, I got you, then you don't move, something like that. If you're just in a pug, you should probably get out of that puddle. But if you get out of the puddle and dodge the res, well, they have time to save you though, because you're out of the puddle. But if you weren't in a puddle and you still slam Mistform just to skate around the room, that's when I'm like, my heart rate's going up. So I'm like, why? It's like, you did not have to do that. You've made this more difficult. So yeah, I totally get you wanting to get yourself out of the bad as fast as possible when that's a situation. Function Gyro also kills enemy players right while they're down. Yes, Function Gyro, if you use it on a downstate enemy, it starts channeling a Stomp. If you use it on a downstate ally, it starts channeling a Revive. And the Gyro will, if it's interrupted from either, it will just stop. It'll just be done. However, if you can give it stability. So, like, the Function Gyro has very low health, and if anything interrupts it, it will just despawn. But you can give it stability. So, like a PvP, I could throw a Function Gyro on someone and then throw a Defense Grid on it, and it will have Stab, and then it has a higher chance of getting that Stomp off, something like that. Thank you, Buck. I've been having a blast. Might help me get the Soto Skyscale, not waste time and resources. Nice, that's awesome. Congrats. Skyscale is a big achievement. That res miscommunication thing is even worse at PvP because some classes can stomp while invisible. Yeah. It's and it's tricky because, like, for example, a downstate guardian can interrupt a res from someone who is invisible because their interrupt from downstate doesn't require a target. But a downstate ranger cannot interrupt someone who is invisible because their downstate interrupt does require a target, unless because their downstate interrupt is like some splash. So if they have something that they can target nearby, they might be able to get this CC to splash the person stomping them. Thunderclap. NG has 2 downstate CC and downstate push and pull. Yep. Yeah, the pull they can use immediately. The knockback has they have to. It takes a few seconds to charge up. Let's see. I had situations where people avoided Invis Stomp and got Mega Flamed for it. Avoided Invis Stomp and got flamed for it. What? What? Why? What? I've taken a break for Guild Wars 2 twice while working on the Sky Scale. It's a big project. It's a big project. And, you know, the Soto one is easier to get. Should still consider working on the Living World Season 4 one also when you can, because there are masteries for both of them. So there is, hey, should I mute it? Okay, hang on just a sec, chat. Lady Luck just walked in. She needs something. I'll be right back. Okay, she just had a message for me. All right. Okay, what was I saying? The masteries. So, the mastery for the Sky Scale. There's this right here. There are a few things that the Sky Scale can, skills that the Sky Scale gets from the Living World Season 4 masteries, and there is skills that the Sky Scale gets from the Secrets of the Obscure masteries. So if you do all of those, then your Sky Scale has all of the skills. Heck, there's even one in Icebrood Saga, this one, where you can go invisible. That's this button area here, Stealth 2.0. So this is just nice if your mount's almost dead, you could just hit this so mobs leave you alone and just keep going. And that works for any mount, not just Sky Scale. So you can see, like, there's that button right there on my Warclaw. But yeah, just like when you get the Sky Scale, that's awesome. It's a friggin' breath of fresh air, but slowly definitely chip away at the others too, because it's still nice. Plus, the Sky Scale masteries from Living World Season 4 are required to get the, what is it? Aurora? No, it's Vision. Vision. The legendary accessory Vision requires the Path of Fire Sky Scale. What mount should get a revamp next, in your opinion? What mount should get a revamp? Okay, so to consider should a mount get a revamp, I think the question is, are any of them useless? So if we go to, let's go to mounts here, right? Raptor, I think Warclaw may have replaced Raptor as my default, just run around one. The Raptor otherwise is still quite good for all-purpose use. The Rabbit is the only one I literally never use anymore. And the reason is not that it's not adorable, because it is. The Rabbit, the reason is that Rabbit go up. Skyscale go more up. So it's like, okay, what else does the Rabbit have? Well, it has an interrupt, but the Warclaw and the Turtle have better interrupts. So the Rabbit gets completely replaced by other stuff. What skin is that on the Raptor? I don't know. Lithosol. Lithosol. Skimmer is, of course, the fastest thing when you're over water. Jackal, the main thing with the Jackal is the sand portals. If it's not for the sand portals, it still has some neat stuff. For example, Jackal is the fastest going uphill. Did you guys know that? Because when it's teleporting forward, it doesn't reduce the distance of the teleport if you're going uphill or downhill. Whereas a Raptor, if you're leaping forward, if you're going downhill, you go farther. If you're going uphill, you go less distance. So this one's very fast going uphill, which is a unique thing. The Roller Beetle, of course, zoom. Warclaw just feels really good to play right now. They recently gave it an overhaul. The Griffin is, you know, in my hands, it's a very fast glider. In other people's hands, it's a freaking jet. It's a very skill. I don't think Griffin needs any changes. I think it is a mount that has a very high skill cap, and I think that's okay. But even for those of us that are bad at it, like myself, it's still a Mach 2 glider. Skyscale, of course, 3-dimensional movement, fantastic. Turtle has repeatable UCC, and its novelty is the two-seater thing. It's kind of slow, it's kind of clunky, but you can like have your friend hop on and give them a ride around the world, take them on a tour, stuff like that. That is unique. So after all of that, I think the main one that when you get all the mounts that you never use anymore would be the Rabbit.
Let's lighten the mood a bit. Everyone should go to and vote for Mukluk or your favorite streamer in all categories. Mukluk love.
The streamer awards? Yo, very kind of you to say. I don't think, dude, I don't even think, like, Mighty Teapot is the biggest content creator in the Guild Wars 2 section. I don't think we have a big enough community in Guild Wars 2 to even get Teapot to win the streamer awards.
We have protected Taria.
That's too much. That's dreaming too big. That's too close to the sun. Griffin is a jet and Skyscale is a helicopter. Yep. I think I actually said that in my Why Play Guild Wars 2 video, like, long ago. Right, you are. Warclaw best mount NA. Warclaw replaced Raptor on my, like, use most of the time hotkey. It feels really good to use now. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that stun lasted 10,000 years. Use the bot. This is what I get coming to Octavine without a stun break on my bar. This is self-inflicted. Gonna vote Muck as best VTuber. Oh my gosh, you turn into a potato in a bathtub one time. Can you rush a new player through map comp with a turtle? I don't know if rush would be the right word, but you could absolutely help them out, yes. Cause like, you could, for example, if someone's in the passenger seat and hitting that one button, they will, I'm gonna res all these people here. It will help them, sorry, if someone's in the passenger seat hitting the speed up button, the turtle will go faster. It will go faster. And it's not as slow as when you're on your own. But it's not gonna be like someone with a griffin or something. Dude, I was wondering why my buttons weren't working, and I accidentally picked up some Litterbug's lightning hammer. Elementalists, aren't they just the worst? Freaking leaving their garbage all over the place. I was trying to res somebody. I was tapping the F key furiously and just kept picking up lightning hammers. Didn't read all the category, just voted you best sports announcer. Oh, and the Revenant's coming out of left field. I don't know what he's doing, but the Guardian's dead. Probably something overpowered. Nerf Revenants. Yeah, that's me. Skiff, most useless mount. I don't even have a hotkey for my Skiff. But I don't fish. Because the Skiff is slower skimmer plus you can fish. If you don't fish, you don't really ever need it. Ellie's don't put the shopping cart away when they're done at Target. Oh my god. Literally bottom of society. If you rush it, you mean get the map comp where they replace themselves with the macro while they go to bed? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like the little water drinking bird just doing this on the keyboard. That's the guy in the passenger seat of the turtle. Just saw the video. Want to say I love you, Sir Muck. Thank you, Nasty Potato Coon. Thank you, Nasty Potato Coon. Appreciate that.
Embed these Bezos bucks into your wallet. Less than 3.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna AoE res these people. There we go. Alright, I can't AoE res you guys again. Please don't need another one. No! Dodging that. Yo, I am an NA player visiting EU, and I still had the latency to dodge that. All y'all dead people, that's a personal problem. Not gonna lie, as soon as you have a Raptor Griffin Skyscale map comp are so easy, don't forget to get HPs through World v World. If you need them. Dude, I remember the dark days where World v World map, full like map completion was part of map comp. You'd always have people that had no interest in World v World screaming their way through the battlegrounds, just trying to unlock jump puzzles and stuff. God help you if you were almost done with the jump puzzles inside the keeps and someone shot you off the wall. Blow a blood vessel. Greetings, Mugga Chat. Hello, Corwin. Fun day, yeah. I was that guy screaming through World v World. Rangers still, did you guys know to this day, if you're a ranger and you're trying to get all the ranger pets, there's one of them that's only in World v World. So you still occasionally get like some young ranger like screaming and crying his way through the battlegrounds trying to find a wolf. Do you do raid parties? Not as often anymore. I used to do raid training every week, but lately I've just been doing other projects. I can absolutely, like, help point you in the right direction if you need, you know, anything specific.
Don't mind me, just embedding myself in Mook's stream.
Thank you, Laser Yoda. Dude, I just did Obsidian Sanctum for the 10 AP for the first time the other day. Mother of God, that was awful. Can't imagine if people had been using the traps. Yeah, I'm actually not even referring to Obsidian Sanctum. Like, the ones that I have, like, core memories of were on the keeps. Like, I remember one, and maybe if I describe it, some of you will know what I'm talking about. Hold on a second. Let's hang on a sec. I'm opening MS Paint here. Okay, so seen from above, I remember there was a round building, okay? And then there was like pegs coming out of the side of the building, right? There was these pegs coming out of it and they went up like a spiral. And you had to jump, 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 jump. And you had to do this around the thing. And if you missed a peg, you would fall all the way to the ground and you would die. Or if anybody tried to shoot you from the ground, you know, you would die because you could get knocked off of it. A couple people in chat saying that's the Green Keep in the Eternal Battlegrounds. Okay, I last did that JP 10 years ago, and that's still a core memory because I remember having so much trouble with it. Because people could just mess with you so easily on that one. It sucked. And it was required for world map completion. When are you returning to BG3 for an honor mode run? Oh boy, that's a big investment. I mean, would you rather me do a third playthrough of BG3 on stream or play another game you haven't seen before? Like, that's the question. Like, people, ever since we made the game recommendation website, people have been sending me so many things that they say they want to see me play. So it's going to take me a few years to get through all of them. Let's see. Kessina with the 5 gifted. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Welcome. Crapface says, I had the pleasure of escorting one of those newbie rangers, baiting 2 thieves camping the area into 2v1 so he could run up to the pet without dying. Oh, you're a good man, Crapface. I won't let anyone else tell you different. Today.
I would T3 sub you, but I think that might be against toes somewhere. Keep it up, don't let me bring you down.
Wait, what? Who was that? Embed tip $25. It would be against T3 sub for embed. Okay, all right, I get it, because you can't trade anything for embeds. Okay. Thank you, mystery person, whoever you may be. Well, oh my god, you guys, what? This is a lot. Panicked dancing. Bumble Fumble Lord, thank you for the 10 gifted. Really appreciate that. Welcome. Vince says, will you play PoE 2? I'm interested, yes. You know, honestly, some of you that are interested in Path of Exile may be blown away by this, but the thing I'm most looking forward to is the ability to use WASD to move my character and the mouse to aim. So I can move right and shoot left at the same time. When I played the Rift Breaker, which I have played for hundreds of hours on stream, you could do that. And I love it. It feels very good to control the character that way. But in PoE 1, you can't do that. In PoE 2, you can do that. That's one of the things I'm most looking forward to. The rest of the game also looks fantastic, but the thing at the top of my list is that movement. That's the thing at the top of my list. Looking forward to play Druid in PoE. Muck,
sorry for all the drama you have to go through, Muck.
Yeah, I hope it's over. I honestly, I hoped it was already over, but it's freaking, you guys have been very nice and supportive, and I appreciate that. It helps keep, you know, the whole thing is like, if 10 people say something nice about you, you might not remember it, but if one person says something bad about you, it's gonna just like sit in your head rent free. And the problem is there's like, I've been dealing with a lot of that this last month, and you guys have been super nice about it. That's good. Shroom is what made my class decision for PoE 2. Yeah. Top of my list is the new weapon swap. Looks super interesting. I'm heartbroken. They delayed early access by 3 weeks. Yeah, and they were really apologetic about it. However, I think they're doing it the right way. I mean, when you launch a, there are still people that don't play Path of Exile 1 because they say it's got a rubber banding issue, and they fixed that 8 years ago. The first impression is insanely important.
A sour sound, their envies sting, a joy prevails, a brighter sight, love conquers hate, a shining light.
Green Lantern's light. Thank you, Eisen. Loved you in Bleach, by the way. I totally forgot what I was talking about. I totally forgot what I was talking about. You know what's even better than WASD movement? Autocasting and playing with just a mouse. Yep. You would like PP Unload Thief. I was supposed to say Rogue. Wrong game. First impressions. First impressions. Thank you. Yeah, first impressions are very, very important for a game. Like, there are still people that played PoE 1 8 years ago, and they're like, yeah, I don't play it because of the rubber banding issue, and that was fixed like 8 years ago. So if you give someone a bad first impression, they might not ever come back. So I totally agree with the company saying, look, this sucks. We're sorry. We don't want to do this, but if we launch it today, it ain't gonna be good. If you give us 3 more weeks, it'll be better. And it's like, okay, then wait 3 weeks, do it. Dude, I wish Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred had been delayed, because that was awful to play. It was crashing for me left and right constantly when I played that game. Like, oh my god, dude, that might have killed my interest in the franchise I've been following since 1996. Like, I wish they had delayed that till it was like completely fixed. Ugh. Mike, do you know when PoE 2 will be released? I know they delayed the early access by 3 weeks, because that's going all over gamer Twitter right now. Beyond that, I don't know the exact date, yes. Did you finish Dragon's Dogma 2? If by finished it, you mean I'm finished with it? Yeah, okay, this might break your heart. I refunded it after like 90 minutes. I really did not enjoy the first 90 minutes of Dragon's Dogma 2. I refunded that. No Rest for the Wicked's reviews on launch made me wish it was delayed. You know, I played the early access for No Rest for the Wicked. I enjoyed it. I played it for until I was near the end of the available content. Of the available content, there was this gauntlet thing at the end, and I tried it like 10 times. I kept getting my butt kicked, and I was like, all right. And I looked up online. I'm like, oh, this is the last thing. Okay, I'll just stop here. Diablo 4 worked fine for me, but the story vessel was crap. The story, yes, the story was also crap. Yeah, the writing was like it didn't make any sense. It made no sense at all. And I'm not going to do like a whole documentary picking it apart, but I was very unsatisfied with it. The rubber banding was the real PoE hardcore experience. I'll never forget. Oh my god, dude. I occasionally play hardcore characters in ARPGs, Goodfellows. I have played a hardcore character in PoE to is either level 80 or 90 before I died. So I've you know I know how it goes, but yeah, sometimes like I used to long ago play Diablo 2 hardcore, and if you died, it was your fault. It was never because of a connection issue. The downside to all games being online these days, even if you're playing single player, is if there's suddenly a connection issue, your hardcore character dies. Sometimes I wish single player games were just on your computer. And that goes for Diablo as well. Do you know what the difference is in digits between the new class and the rest in D4? Yeah. I saw a video. You guys know, some of you may know Riker. He's a content creator that does a lot of Diablo-related videos. Hey, Chip. Do you want your chair? Hang on. Come here. One sec. Oh, yeah. Right. I got to talk about Riker in a second. This dude just came in. So Riker did a video where he was talking about, I think it's called the Spiritborn, is the new class in D4. And the Spiritborn is currently doing not 10 times damage to the other classes, not 100, not 1,000, but like millions of times more damage than the others. Like, at max gear, if you know what traits to combine that multiply off of each other, it's actually, like, millions more than the others. So, it's pretty bonkers. It's pretty bonkers right now. Offline single-player games actually would imply you actually own the game instead of just renting it. Yeah. Yeah. Two gone, calm. Most games released nowadays at AAA here at least. Always online single-player games should be banned. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. Why standing here? Dragon. He ran away before he could listen to the answer. Same thing, just a lower numbers. Was when they made a Necro for Diablo 3. It was way overtuned for a long time. Yeah. You know, I was a Necro enjoyer in D2. In D3, I think the Witch Doctor was my favorite. He was just this weird high school bully throwing jars of spiders at people. Ilon, thank you for the Prime, dude. Appreciate that. Welcome. I lost interest in Diablo when we discovered the son of villain L died. He was my favorite character. R.I.P. Oh. Quotitas, hello. Welcome. What's the easiest way to get unlimited harvesting tools you can get? Most of them are on the gem store, which means spending either money or gold to get them. But there are also some on the Black Lion ticket merchant. So if you get Black Lion keys and then you get tickets, you can get some through there, last I checked. Muck, what are you doing on EU? Why are you suddenly next to me out of nowhere? I'm in your walls. No. Wait, hold on. I've got a button for this.
Here I come.
Shout out to all the owners of dogs who just went absolutely bonkers. Okay, what's up, Peppers? I'm visiting, man. I'm visiting my friends across the pond. Crusader was my favorite D3. I leveled a Crusader one season. He was fun. You could throw, like, spectral horses at people. Mug, just watch your reaction video. Sorry to hear about all the drama. Me too. Hope you're doing well. I hope it calms down. Me too. Thank you. Hi. What? Getting yelled at in real life too. Someone mentioned Grim Dawn. I've yet to get a pistol build working on there. Grim Dawn is such a good ARPG. If someone were to ask me and they're like, hey, what's your favorite ARPG? What do you recommend? I would tell you either Grim Dawn or Last Epoch or Path of Exile. And I would tell you that Path of Exile has a much higher skill ceiling, skill cap. But if you're looking for that level of depth, then Path of Exile. Those are my current top 3 recommendations for ARPG. I hate you, not really, for that knockout sound. Freaked me right the F out. PoE trading. Dude, sometimes when I do PoE, I will play solo self-found, just so when people popped in and be like, why does your gear suck? I'd be like, oh, I'm an SSF. And they would be like, oh, okay. And they would leave me alone. Because I just hated the trading experience in PoE. Have you tried Wayfinder? I have not tried Wayfinder. Wait, is that the... Hold on a sec. Is that the one that Noxxi gifted me the other day? Give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute. Noxxi sent me something. No, Windblown. No, never mind. Noxxi sent me a game called Windblown. I've not tried Wayfinder. Subaku says, hello, how do you learn new rotations? Hello, Subaku. It totally depends on where you're learning them from. In general, first you look at a guide for some build you want to play, and you decide that you want to play that. Then you usually have to get the gear and get the right traits and stuff. So you go in here and you change your traits to match. Then you get the gear or the closest to it that you can, and then you usually start reading the instructions on how to play it. Catalyst, I'll tell you right now that is a challenging one. For example, snowcrows.com has some excellent guides related to how to play Catalyst at high ends of play. So like here's Snowcrows right here, and if I go to builds and I go to Elementalist, let's see, Tempest. Here's Power Catalyst. Let's just say you wanted to play this one. It tells you, what gear. Now, this is like the ceiling of the game, right? So you just get as close to this as you can. So here's the gear that you want to use. Here's the build, and loop is what do you do? And it's like you do, this, then this, then this, then this, and repeating. You loop it. You just keep doing that. So Snowcrows, it's got some good stuff. There is also some other websites. Let me pull up a couple of the regular ones. So this is Guild Gen. This is another resource that I like to use. There is also Hardstuck right here, who also has guides. So Snowcrows, Guild Gen, Hardstuck are three of the first websites I go to if I'm like trying to learn a new build that I don't know how to play. There's also, YouTubers will have guides on some miscellaneous ones that are not affiliated with any of those big websites that might be able to help you as well. Returning Yours 2 player here found your drama video via the YouTube algorithm. Oh no. Dude, why? Friggin' drama. I made that video with the worst thumbnail ever because I didn't want people to think it was gonna be like clickbait. I just wanted people who cared about the topic to see it. And now it's like my #1 video. Loved your videos back then. Still the same. Enjoy the Bezos bugs. Thank you, Wiz Unite. Appreciate you. Can you do a drift on your Beetle? Yeah, you can drift on the Beetle. Bluebell says up. Hi guys, use play Guild Wars 2 from their launcher. I'm wondering if I can link it to my Steam account and play it from there, or if I should download the OG launcher again. Hello, I am Nazar. Okay, so there's Guild Wars 2 from the standalone launcher and Guild Wars 2 from Steam. They both connect to the same servers, okay? You're playing on the same servers with the same people. However, you cannot take a standalone launcher account and move it to a Steam account, and you cannot take a Steam account and move it to a standalone launcher account. And I believe the reason for that is because if anyone spends money in Guild Wars 2 with a Steam account, Steam gets a cut of the money. If you spend money on Guild Wars 2 and you're a standalone account, Steam doesn't get a cut of the money. So it would be bad for business if they let you just move your accounts back and forth. Now, there is a way to add the play button for Guild Wars 2 within your Steam launcher. It's not actually, launching via Steam. It's just a way of consolidating it. I don't know how to do that. If you Google it, it is something that may come up. But hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. Part of the variant Port of Potato. Thanks, Mike, to know the answer. Sure, happy to. Anyone here know how to get people to do the easy 3 daily or the recommended daily strikes for Eye of the North? If I
keep up the amazing work, Muck.
PF and EU at least seems to be empty in the training section a lot. Pidgey, I have got a is exclamation strikes? What are my own commands? I have like 400 commands. Okay, so I just did exclamation strikes in the chat. That opens up this right here. And let's see, Cosmic Surge. Oh, we got to get that evened out. Does it do that on full screen? Okay, we got to get that evened out. Right here, get to the point, all Icebird Saga strike missions. This right here, if you look at this, in 30 seconds, it'll teach you Shiver Peaks Pass. In 20 seconds, it'll teach you Voice of Claw and the Fallen, etc. This video right here, just skim this, you're gonna be ready to go. They are truly, truly easy. Just, watch this and you'll see and learn all that you need in a few seconds. And then you could make your own group, or you could join someone else's if you want. The meta's bugged, so everyone's leaving. No, that's sad times. It happens sometimes. Morning Muck, hi Arkham. Lance says, saw the drama video. I had not seen it unfold. I'm glad for that for you. How can like you are the best Holster creator? I have us beyond me. I don't know. I've been on Guild Wars 2 on and off since launch. I know Nike is OG Warrior. I've lost respect for him now. I mean, he's a skilled player. Yeah, it's just his personality that hates me. That one's name still gives me nightmares, Bone Skinner. I just watched it. How you doing? I'm okay. Like, the worst of it, I mentioned in the video, there was one night that, dude, what is the saying? That's like, if you think you hate everyone, you need to eat some food. If you think everyone hates you, you need to sleep. Like, I was up way too late one night. It was like 2 a.m. and I was like reading through the comments on these videos, and dude, my mind was in a dark freaking place. And Iron Maiden sent me a message on Discord, and she's like, "Hey, Muck, I see you're going through a lot of stuff right now. I just want you to know you're awesome, and Nike's an a-hole." And she sent me like a thumbs up, and I just started laughing. I was like, "Thank you, Ian. I needed that. I appreciate you." Like, that was just the timing. I needed that. I needed that. Like, in that moment, it was bad. So that's why I thanked Ian and a few other people in the video. But I don't know, dude. I just want to keep my head down and just make my stuff. And if people like if I make something and people are like, "Yeah, you're wrong." Like, I make a druid guide and someone's like, "That's not how that works." Like, I welcome correction. I'm not omnipotent. I make mistakes. But just dealing with like hate, it just wears you down. It's like working in tech support again, where every time you pick up the phone, the people on the other end are already angry. You know, Iron Maiden, the band, and they keep up with Guild Wars Strong. No, Iron Maiden. The Master Lee is using her emotes in the chat right now. That inventory. Look, the inventory. I paid for 400 slots. I'm gonna use 400 slots, okay? Look. There's enough room in here for you and your opinion. All right? It's fine. It's fine. Activates the Project Moon sleeper agents disregarding all content. You actually look deeper into it, decide to respond, which the haters don't usually do. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I tried to just, like, respond to the original video and Reddit post, which I talked about this in the video. I tried to just respond to those, but then I was limited in my ability to do so. And then I proceeded to just, like, I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to let it blow over. And then after a month, I was like, I would rather not have the embed than continue to deal with this. And there's no guarantee that taking the embed down is going to solve the problem, but it would remove their ammunition, I felt. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take it down for now. Totally off topic, but have you seen, I have seen you play ARPGs, Diablo and such. Have you tried D2R Reimagined? It has consumed my life last week. It's been a lot of fun. I have not. No. I did play, sorry, I have a runny nose. I did play Diablo 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all of their DLCs, including the illegal DLC for, well, illegal, the DLC that should never have been made for Diablo 1. That one was funny. Yeah, short story for any of you that are not old gamers. Okay, I want you to imagine something, all right? Imagine Diablo 4 just came out. Yeah, we're gonna use our imaginations here. And then imagine Riot, who makes League of Legends, without talking to Blizzard, made an expansion for Diablo 4 and started selling it. And Blizzard's like, what the f... Okay? Like, it's just like, here's more content, and it requires the base game to install, and it's basically just a glorified mod, right? Alright? That
Thank
happened
you for all the content,
with Diablo
Muck.
1.
Less than 3.
Alright? Diablo 1 had a game, and you could go and buy it off the shelves, called Hellfire. And Hellfire was made by Sierra. And they got in trouble for that. So, like, I was a wee lad. I went to the store one day, I was at Best Buy, and I'm like, oh, cool, a Diablo expansion. And I bought it. And then, like, not long after, it was removed from the shelves. They got in
Sending
trouble.
you my free sub, Mukluk love.
So, yeah, it added the Monk, which was a 4th class to D1, and a new chapter, and you could get Book of Apocalypse, and, like, all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, this is what the box looked like. Yeah, expansion for Diablo, made by Sierra, and they did not get permission for that. So, they got in trouble later on. So, yeah, I have that, too. But, no, the D2R thing that you said, I have not played that one, no. Mug, have you played Lord of the Rings Online? I have not. No, I have no opinion on that. I would assume Legolas is OP. I know you played the Diablo series and the Warcraft series, including WoW. Have you played StarCraft? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, and all of their expansions. I have played them. Yeah, I would say, like, when it comes to, like, like, how can I explain this? A lot of people think of peak StarCraft as, like, 1v1s, you know, like, multiplayer. I was never amazing at that, but I loved the campaigns. I played through the StarCraft 2 campaign multiple times, just, like, on all of the difficulties, just because I enjoyed it so much. It is really, really good. Yeah, I actually, not long ago, like in the last year or two, I did a playthrough of Warcraft 3 just because I was feeling nostalgic. My viewer numbers were terrible, but it was a lot of fun. And I might go back and do a playthrough of the StarCraft franchise just because it's very enjoyable for me. Campaign was 10 out of 10. Dude, I love the choices in the StarCraft 2 campaign. Like, when you're playing the Zerg, you could choose, like, do you want to evolve the Zerglings for speed, or do you want to give them leap attacks? Like,
I'm back.
There was little
It's
choices.
been like a solid 6 months, don't think about it.
It was, like, little choices that you could make that would make it so every playthrough was a little different. Do you own any Mimimi Studios games? Mimimi Studios? I don't think so. Loved watching you play Warcraft 3. Nice. You have good taste as well. Troubles says, I'm back. It's been a solid 6 months. Thank you, Troubles. Appreciate you. Let's see. Give me one sec. I'm once again just... I am going to read... I'm going to read every single one of these later. I'm just trying to make sure there's no space. Occasionally, when I post a new video, there will be a profile picture of just like some girl in a bikini, and then it'll be like, nice video. How do you do it? Click on my butt to get access to more. And it's just like, oh my god. My wife and I literally call them the butt bots. So just checking to make sure there's no butt bots that I need to purge. There's new accounts every single day. All right. I think, God, oh my God, I'm going to be reading comments all day today. Oh my gosh. This reminds me, chat, funny little story for you guys about like a mistake I made. I made once. I did a video and I was doing a giveaway, and I said, the first time I ever did this, I was like, if you want to enter the giveaway for a chance to win a legendary, post your Guild Wars 2 name.number in the comment section down below. I got like 10,000 notifications. I never did that again. Friggin', oh my god. No. All right. And then after that, I was like, all right, I need to use like Gleam or something for this, because this is insane. Like, whenever anyone made a new actual comment, I couldn't see it because it was just getting blasted past. I basically just spammed myself. I was like, oh, wow, this is such a bad way to do this. This is such a terrible way to do this. So, yeah, do not use the comment section for giveaway entries was a lesson I learned that was very hard learned that day. Someone needs to make a bot that purges bots. The problem is when you make a bot that purges bots and it purges people without realizing they're bots. How do you know you're doing good DPS or healing? Okay, good healing's easy. Everyone's alive. If you're doing enough healing, everyone's alive. If you're doing good healing, everyone's comfortable. They're cozy. They're relaxed. Their stress is low, right? Enough healing, they're alive. Good healing, they're cozy. All right, damage. If you're doing enough damage, the boss dies before you do. If you're doing great damage, the boss dies before he could finish his introduction. And it's gonna be somewhere in between. To give you some examples, like nearly every boss in the game, and I said nearly, that's important in that sentence. Nearly every boss in this game can be killed with all the DPS in the group doing 10 to 20k DPS. There are some builds right now that are capable of doing over 30 to 40, okay? So if you've got the whole group doing 10 to 20, I'm fine. There might be some tryhard that yells at you for not doing 40, but it's like, oh no, there's an extra 20 seconds in the fight. You know, it's not a huge thing. So, yeah, definitely there is a point where you're doing enough, and you could, you know, try to go even higher than that, and it's up to you if you want to push. How long do we wait for Laura today? In Laura's defense, it was brought to my attention that you folks on the other side of the world had a time change at some point. Because for those who don't know, my morning streams end at around 2 p.m. my time. And Laura's streams start around 2 p.m. my time. So very, very often, I try to at least once a week, I would raid her after one of my morning streams to show her some support, because I like her stuff. And for the past month, I've been like, Laura, you're never on time. And she wouldn't even refute it. She would just be like, yeah, I know, it's so difficult. Someone needs to tell me to be on time. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been able to raid you in a month. And then someone was like, you know, there was a time change, right? So she was just so used to being late, she didn't even think to tell me there was a time change. And now there's like an hour in between when I end and she begins. But she's also late, so it's more like an hour and a half. Muck, are you a Ranger main? Yes. Yeah, second most played is either Engineer or
Lurking
Necro.
while working. Have a great stream, and thanks for always giving me a reason for my second monitor smile.
Move over, Josh Strife Hayes. You're on the third monitor now. Thank you, Girl Neck. Still sad they took away my Spectre Steel Heals. Yoink Revives was amazing. They were so strong. I honestly, I would have been okay if they stayed, but they would have needed, like, if this successfully revived someone, dramatically increase the cooldown. Because they could just, like, zap heal anyone up just, like, so easy. But I understand why. Yeah. Do you still play the Necro in open world? I haven't in a while. I have not in a while, but I do still enjoy it, yeah. Like, I've just been playing so many games lately. Let's see. Advance on... Oh, the Blighting Towers. Okay. Are your gold guides still good today? The most recent one I have made is still... I don't know... Let's see. What? When... Mukluk here and... Shut up past me. Okay, so I made this one 10 months ago. I still recommend it. This is the 12 minutes a day gets you rich at Guild Wars 2. It's actually less than that now. This is still what I do every day. Literally at the beginning of this stream that you're watching right now, I did this. It's a habit. I do it every day, and it's what keeps money. Like, I do giveaways every single week, and yet my money is still, like, slowly going up. And I'm, like, draining it constantly with giveaways, so, yeah. Yep, that video is still my recommendation. Mike, do you have a karma farm guide like the gold guide? I don't. Karma farm, okay, just because I've played the game for so long, my karma is at 17.9 million. Karma farm, what are some that I often hear about? Dragonfall, the orphan farm at Christmas time. What are some others? Chat, help me help him. What are some other popular karma farms? I don't have a video on that. Do you think ANET will ever fix old content like the rift just not opening in Thunderhead Peaks? I mean, I surely hope they do. They will. Do I know when or if they will do that? I don't know. You farm orphans? I'm just gonna say yes. Orphans, Raids and Strikes, World v World, Sandswept Isles, EOTM, Dragonfall with 3 Karma Confusions, Tequaddle, Sandswept Isles, Lost Orange Jewelry Box. Farm orphans. Yeah, okay. All right, if you're new to the game, the orphan farm there is a thing where you grab a bunch of presents and you go to orphans and give them a present. And so, and by the time you've made a full lap around the city, they've reset. So the orphan farm is you're farming karma by giving them gifts. But the name of it sounds way worse than it actually is. But it's a Christmas event that people will go nuts on to get karma. Sandswept Isles South Meta Wave Defense, Linu says. Mukluk Orphan Farms Guide title, my OF. No. Name of it is way better than it actually is. Oh my gosh. Range grants dumb amounts of karma too, but I'm guessing not many are willing to endure that torture. That is a pretty brutal way of doing it. I gotta do that now, the Orphan Farms, yeah. It's the kind of thing where once you learn the route, you could just like watch TV or something on another monitor while you're doing it, because you're effectively just running a circuit over and over and over. But that's truly it. But it's only there during the Christmas time event. It is very high karma income though. Confirmed Mukluk orphan organ farming. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. No. Or use bloodshed. True. I've got a guide for the Bloodshed pathing module. There's probably a pathing thing in there. Oh, I gotta spend some points. There's probably a orphan farm thing in there somewhere. Because pathing has like all kinds of crazy stuff. I just need to spend some points so that I can turn in my things. Alright, there we go. Alright. Mug, I'm looking into installing Bloodshed. Found your video on YouTube. Is the mount wheel not part of Bloodshed? It is. It is. Alright, so if you do !Blish in my chat, there is this page on my site is going to come up. This is the thing to install Bloodshed. And then this video here is a guide to the Mounts and More module that is inside Bloodshed, and it has the mount wheel. Yep. You could do more than one lap a day of Orphan Farm. Isn't it? It might be character-based. Like, you do it and then swap characters, then do it again or something like that. Forgive me if I'm mistaken on that. I haven't had to do it like in a decade, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it more than one time.
Excelsior.
But I will say that there are guides, like if you just go to Google or YouTube and punch in Guild Wars 2 Orphans, you will, one, be added to a watch list, and two, you will find information from people that know it much better than I do. You could buy a weapon so you have a weapon with the correct stats next time you do a build, Mukluk. Oh my gosh. I mean, it was one slot. Look, if you've got Berserker in all of this, and Berserker in all of this, and Berserker in all of this, and then have one weapon that's the wrong stats, your total damage is going to go down by less than 1%. Like, yeah, you should fix that eventually. It's not a freaking huge thing. It's not like, oh no, we failed to beat the bosses in Rage Timer because Timmy over there brought a weapon with grieving stats because he's griefing us. No, Timmy over in the corner. Like, it's not that bad. I wish there were more things to spend Astral Acclaim on. Dumping all of it for 1 gold per 5 Acclaim is okay, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, it's money. Same, what do I do with Bloodstone, Dragonstone, and Imperial Fragments? Converters. Mandala, you need converters. So, I am going to put another thing in the chat. Alright, so converters...
Hello everyone, Mukluk Douglas Bob following the original Squad.
Stop. Okay, so converters guide. Turn excess materials into something useful. Alright, so this video shows you how to get converters. So for example, Princess here will eat Dragonite ore and give you bags of loot. And Herta here will eat Bloodstone dust and give you bags of loot. For example, you need converters. That's what you need. This is also the Merchant and the Wizard's Tower for that thing. The Wizard's Tower thing is this Portable Wizard's Tower Exchange. This just has a whole bunch of different transactions that you can do where you trade in a bunch of one currency for another that might help you out. But yeah, that is another newish converter. Herta gives a chance for infusion as well. Yes. Muck question, did you see the video of the developer of the Nexus add-on? Do you think it's safe to use? I was reluctant to use it. Okay, so a couple things here. Let me get words on screen so that you can see them here. Okay, Nexus add-on. 1, I have not seen the video. 2, I talked with some programmers I know and asked them to check if it was safe before I downloaded it. They all, every one of them, said it was setting off a lot of red flags when they looked at it. Now, it is possible that it is because the game, it's not an overlay. Bloodshed is an overlay. Nexus is a add-on. It is intrusive. It injects data into the game. Maybe that is, maybe these are all, like, not a big thing. However, as someone who makes a living online, and I would be basically crippled if my computer was messed up, I erred on the side of caution and I didn't touch it. So, until such a time as I feel comfortable with Nexus, you're not going to see me make, like, guides or anything on that. I'm also not trying to spread information that it's bad. I'm just saying I'm being cautious, and it might have issues, so I haven't gone near it. Do you think they will make templates on Homestead so you could save homes that you made on Halloween? That's an interesting idea. I don't know. I know for sure that there would be some people that would enjoy that, but I don't know if they're going to do that. Let's see. Dragon Stand. That's this one. I don't know if there's enough people here for this, though. I'll find out. Just watch my response video. Sorry to people like that. We love you. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Avedon. I wish it hadn't come to the point where I felt like I had to make that video, but... I thought Arc DPS was more invasive. Not sure. Again, I'm not a programmer, and because I'm not a programmer, I asked people I trusted to take a look at it, and then they just told me that they had concerns, so I didn't go further than that. As far as continuing Guild Wars 2, what mastery should I prioritize? I've got everything in POF and beforehand with a fair chunk in EOD. So you've already got, like, auto loot, because auto loot's the most important one. You've got a fair chunk in EOD. Arborstone Revitalization has a thing in here where you can buy antique summoning stones every day from, or sorry, every week from the guy in Arborstone, which is like free money. Like you could buy them and then sell them on the trading post for a profit. So that's nice. Secrets of the Obscure. There is some tricks in here for your sky scale that you wouldn't already have, which is nice. Obsidian armor crafting is for making open world legis if you care about that. Inner Neos is kind of whatever. Greater Arcane Treasures allows you to open the treasure chests that are scattered around Secrets of the Obscure. That's nice. Janthier Wilds, I'm still working on that myself. Janthier Wilds, this is all pretty self-explanatory. The Warclaw feels really good to use now, so the Warclaw feels really good. Homesteading, if you like to decorate your homestead, or you have like a full home instance and you want to make it become a full homestead, you care about this. If neither of those things appeal to you, none of this matters. And Lowland Coden, you want spear training, everything after that can wait. My opinions on Nexus are mostly positive. No more relogging because RTPS update again. Also, they just released Radial add-on. Cool. Let's see. Let's do it here. Well, I just want to say I appreciate you. I know that you're always transparent and try your best to both feed your family, but keep it fair to your community. I try, but thank you. It's very kind of you to say. Arc DPS is explicitly allowed by ANET, so it's safe. Yeah. Yeah, any add-ons that I tell you are fine are basically fine until ArenaNet changes their mind. I only actually know, like in my, 6 years playing the game, I only know of one time where there was an add-on that was fine, and then they said this is no longer fine. And what it was in, was it Arc? There was a way of basically doing equipment and build templates. And they said, we're about to start selling that, so you need to stop. And they were like, okay. So they removed that feature. And I will say, at first, we all hated it because we lost something we had, and then we had to pay to get it back. I will say, the version of equipment and build templates in the game is better now that they're settled than what we had, but it still was a really sus way of doing it. But that's the only time in all the time I've played this game that I remember them saying that add-on's no. That add-on's bad. Stop it.
All this meat is prime wyvern bait. Once we get it in place, you'll
got any advice for on again, off again casual play that always goes to gameplay but art style and gets overwhelmed with the quantity of content available? Yeah, just the same advice I would give to anyone who's got a large project in front of them. Break it up into small chunks. Okay, so you got a lot of content in front of you, right? This may not work for you, but here's what I did. I came back to the game after a 5-year break, all right? I was like, all right, I want to work on the world map completion, and I want to work on the story. Each day that I had time to play, I would open up a little bit of the map. So I might be like, okay, waypoint, heart, point of interest, heart, and point of interest. Okay, that's good, that's done. I would just do a little bit. And then I would do a chapter of the story. eventually, there came to be a day that I sat down and I was like, oh, my world map's done and my story's done. What's next? Okay, so then I was like, well, let's try fractals out. Let's try strikes out. Let's try raids out, you know? So I tried to try each thing in the game one time. And maybe I try something, I'm like, don't like that. All right, not gonna do that again. All right, what's next? You know? So, yeah, basically break it up into small pieces and just each day do a little bit of whatever thing you want. Like, if you want to make a legendary, the easiest way to make a legendary is just do one small step of it each day, and then one day you log in, you're like, oh shoot, I'm done. You know? Unless you just want to hit the grindstone one weekend, totally fine if you do. Hey, Muk sent you a small gift on your in-game mail. Oh god, I haven't checked my in-game mail at all today. Okay, let's see. Daily gathering yield. Fish! Thank you, Muk. Love your streams. This is someone that want to give away. Say love your vids. If I were to main reason to start yours too, so I could join multiple of your guilds. Yeah, let's see. I need to send them to here. Just to make sure that they don't jump in front of anyone on the wait list. Sorry to hear about the drama. Made this gold cheer your day. 100 gold. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you're okay with it, I'll add it to the giveaway vault and we'll put some smiles on some people's faces. I appreciate the kindness. Hey, Mugget Chat. Hello, Zero. About to hit 1 year in Winter's Day, and that's exactly what I'm doing so I don't burn out. We'll do that for sure. It's also used about easier ways at FTV. Feel like fractals is one of the better ways. Let's see. Marcus says, can you play this game on Linux? Can you play this game on Linux? Okay, I don't... can you? Chat, any Linux users here? I don't mind passing the question along. I don't know. Red Dodo says you can play this on Linux. Yes. TD Vagabond says you can using Lutris. I'm reinstalling on Linux right now. Okay. If you know how to use Linux, you can use Linux. Isn't that always the answer? Okay, cool. So the answer appears to be yes, friend.
It's not finished.
Just made 6 Leggy runes at once. Feels good. 7th one when we get the Leggy breather. Nice. Yeah, it is a very small but noticeable quality of life increase when you get full Leggy runes or sigils, because you just never have to worry about that again on any of your characters. If you just got them, you also now get to remove the Leggy runes from all of your character's armors and then sell them or just destroy them, depending on if you use extractors or not. Keep the chin up, bun. Keep hope alive. You are somebody. I'm good. Thank you, Delta Tech. We've got a very supportive community. I'm okay. Mike, what's the best way to reach you directly? Discord, Twitter, DMs, if you even accept any? Like, if I'm not streaming, probably Discord, because, but, like, if we've never spoken on Discord before, telling me like you are right now is good, because otherwise it might go into, like, the spam filter, and then I need to go in and hit, like, yes, this is fine, it's okay. But Twitch DMs are also fine. I will see them. Discord DMs, Twitch DMs, you know, there's notifications, so even if I'm, like, asleep, I'll see it the next day.
Ultramus, I failed you.
You need to add more upgrade extractors to the Wizard's Vault. Probably. I've got an infinite extractor, so I've never really considered that. And there is the infusion extractor that you could buy off merchants, but upgrade extractors are definitely like a limited commodity. Hello, good sir. Hello, Marshall. I'll take it as a no and just say I'm happy you're as transferred as you are, and I enjoy watching your content streams even though I usually lurk. Hope you have a good day today. I hope you do as well, Proton. Thank you, buddy. Oh wait, hold on. I missed your first message. I apologize. I just wanted to check with mods real quick if it's okay to discuss about the embed stuff in chat or if it's being avoided by now. Oh no, it's fine. Proton, it is totally fine. I would say that if you have a question and it like gets swept away like the one just did and I miss it, the YouTube comment section under the video might be better because I'm going to go through and read every one of those and respond to them all after the after this stream. I'll probably spend a few hours on that, but I do not mind talking about it because your opinion of this may be different, and as long as we can have a conversation, that's totally fine. But my opinion is, like, I don't feel I did anything wrong, so I don't have, like, a guilty conscience, and I'm not trying to hide it. You know, so I don't mind talking about it. I'm like, that's been my stance from the very beginning. When I was ever like, oh, no, we don't talk about that, we don't talk about that, you know. No, I don't mind at all. As long as, you know, it stays civil in here, I mean, it's fine. Dude, I hate that I'm having to talk about this like it's freaking politics. But, yeah, no, it's fine. Just wanted to say you should ignore the haters. You're the only reason many new players get into raid strikes and Guild Wars 2, including me. Thank you, Shenson. I also agree with you that I wish that had worked. Unfortunately, I ignored them for a month, and Darren's 4th video about this came out today, so it wasn't stopping. Well, I say his 4th. His 3rd plus Nike's, his 4th video total. But the 4th video came out today, and I rolled my eyes because I was like, God dang it, because luckily I had a response video that had just finished being edited. It's Twitch politics, yeah. Meh, red team, meh, blue team. Thanks for going back. I want to say that the number of viewers, even after the embeds were removed, are high, and I am of the opinion embeds don't nearly as much as all. Really sad that your community of small content creators who went to attack the bigger ones to get more attention. Yeah, I will say, I skimmed his newest video, and once again, he did something that in a second I could be like, what are you doing? He compared the numbers of me with the embed on a day that I was doing a $100 giveaway against numbers on a day where I was without the embed and I wasn't playing Guild Wars 2 and was playing an indie game and was not doing a giveaway. So, yes, there was a huge disparity. On one of the days I was giving cash out. It's like, dude, I could have immediately been like, don't use that day, it's an outlier. But it was like, what? And that's in his video that he released today. I was like, oh my god, the numbers on this one are great. I'm like, yeah, because everybody wants money. They were bribed. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's why we do giveaways. It's advertising. The numbers are always crazy on giveaway days. Is this content fire? Maybe. I don't want to. I don't mind answering questions about it. You guys know me. I like having. If there's a commonly asked question in my chat, I like having a video where I could just be like, oh yeah, exclamation strikes, here you go. Exclamation rating, here you go. Now I've got exclamation embed, and anyone who watches it to the end, I'm still willing to answer questions, but I've had too many streams in the last month get completely derailed having to talk about this, so I needed something somewhere. Exclamation drama. Canuck, I actually considered making the command exclamation drama. I am not even joking with you. I was on the fence for a while on whether to make it exclamation embed or exclamation drama. I ended up picking embed. Oh my god, guild! Buddy. The oil baron, that's right. Thank you, Guild MM. It is good to get subs, but also good to see your name again. I hope you're doing well, dude. I know you've been very busy. This man been traveling the world and brokering world peace and stuff or something, guys. I follow him on Twitter. He's like always in different places. I saw your response vid earlier. I had no idea any of this was happening. I'm honestly glad. I don't want to drag my community into this. I waited a month to post that video because and then it was just because I felt like I had to. I don't like. I just want to post cool stuff. Follow me on Insta for even more content. I don't have an Instagram account. Actually, wait. I should be honest. I have an Insta account that I've never logged into, and I don't even know how to use Insta. Once upon a time, I applied for a thing, and I had to have an Insta account to apply for it. I'm like, this is freaking weird. So I made one, and there's like nothing on it. So it exists. At Muck, I posted a full comment on YouTube that was deleted that addressed everything the content creators have a problem with.
Just saw the YouTube video. I haven't played GW2 for years, but you were my go-to creator to learn stuff and always kept in touch through your content. Please ignore these people and keep up the great work.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Okay, hold on. So Nanny said, I posted a comment on YouTube that was deleted that addressed everything the content creators have a problem with. Okay, scrolling up. I posted a comment up in chat that you might find interested in reading. It's mostly about Valen and Guildgen. And there's nothing before that for 2 months. The first message you said was... Okay, I don't see it. Nanny GW, I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. This is the first message I see from you. I'm happy to read it. I'm happy to answer it. I don't see it though. Nanny GW, if you want to hit the, if you click in chat and you hit the up arrow, it will go to your last chat. So you can just hit up, 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 enter. If you truly send it, you could try to send it again. I'm totally, that's fine.
Have a Prime sub. If drama YouTubers are using you as their product, you may as well get paid. Keep on keeping on.
Thank you, Small Beaver. Appreciate you and the dams you build. Watch your content guides for a while now, ever since you started Guild Wars 2 a few years ago. Thank you for what you do. Like, your guides are always helpful. Thank you, Minnie. Appreciate you. Started Guild Wars 2 a few weeks ago after 4 year break. Your videos guides help so much. Thank you, Gilburger. Bro didn't think he'd get this far. Dude, I don't know. I mean, if he just wants to hit up arrow enter, he can resend the message. Gonna start some more nonsensical drama so I might get more views. Maybe because it's a link. No, there's the link. It's right there. Hang on a second. I mean, maybe one of my mods deleted it because it looked fishy. Hang on. JPEG image. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I said I have nothing to hide. Let's take a look. I will try and be as good faith as possible here and make 4 points. Point 1s and 2s are factual, and point 3 and 4 are more personal opinion. I will also try to make the language as neutral and censored as possible so YouTube doesn't shadow ban the comment. Valen and Guildgen are not accused of being racist. They are, or at least they enjoy using slurs, not that it makes a difference. Valen's behavior and comments have been known in the community for close to a decade at this point. There are tens of screenshots and multiple videos of him saying and calling people the N-word, and many more of him telling people to commit Sudoku, the R-word. Obviously not censored like this, but I'm trying to keep the comment up. Okay, so I'm going to pause there real quick. So you're saying this is known in the community. All I can say to that is I didn't know about it, and I still don't know about it. Also, I want to pause here. I'm going to keep reading this. I'm not partnered with Valen. I am not Valen's keeper. I will, if I think someone's innocent and I'm on good terms with them, try to defend them. If it turns out Valen did something bad, that's horrible, obviously. That's heinous. I don't condone that. I don't know why that's being brought to me. I'm not his parent or guardian or keeper. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. Now, as far as there are videos and there are screenshots, when the Reddit post was not locked, I asked people, because people were like, oh yeah, they're evil. And I was like, please send me proof. And I was not sent any that looked credible. Maybe it is true. I wasn't sent anything that looked credible. I got one picture that looked like a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot. It was really fuzzy, and it was a Discord user named Valen that was saying no words. And I was just like, okay, I could go to Discord, change my name to Valen, and type this in and take this picture with a fuzzy camera and get the same results. So that wasn't enough to convince me. Not saying it didn't happen, I'm just saying the evidence looked sus AF. And I want you to keep in mind, I have 7 people in-game named Mukluk that run around, and I deal with identity theft on a daily basis, okay? I know how easy it is to steal stuff, so I'm cautious, all right? Next thing. He said someone commits Sudoku, he told someone to kill yourself. That's why he got kicked out of the partner program. I'm not defending that. He shouldn't have said that. The story, as I've heard it, is he was in World v World, and a group of people were following him around and farming him for hours on end, and he got mad, and he typed that.
Hey, Muck,
obviously,
just wanna say you're
great.
an awesome guy.
I'm not defending
Try not
that.
to put too much into this stuff. Don't let it bring you down or keep you from loving streaming. Your community is behind you.
Thank you, buddy. So basically, he was getting harassed for hours and he snapped. I don't think what he said is good, but I do know about that. Yeah, that's why he lost his partnership, was he basically said kill yourself. His old guildmates say he said those things. Anyone who played with him says he says those things. Anet says he said those things. No, Anet said he said kill yourself. And you think you know better. No, I don't. I'm using the evidence that's been presented to me. Dude, that's how our government works. You assume innocence until proven guilty. Like, dude, this cancel. Okay. Maybe he did that bad. I still don't know why people are coming to me with Valen's crimes. I'm not Valen. And everyone is just lying and making fake images. I never said that. I said that one image looked really sus. I know for a fact that you did not check all the evidence sent to you because I personally know people who sent you first or second hand. Do you want to see my Reddit DMs? I don't freaking care. Hold on. How do I even do this? I very rarely use this. Okay. All right. What do we got? What do we got here? Let's see. Your Reddit recap. Okay, this was a year ago. All right, that's a year ago. All right.
You are the best.
Amazon Prime. I've already used that code. A month ago. Here's a video. Nike released a video where he said that your son was in danger and that he needed to contact the CPS because you looked creepy and were probably a danger to your child. And he later cut it out of the video. And I said, wow, thanks for letting me know. I saved this in case I need that ammunition for later. Okay? Then, here's a video of this guy being bad. And I was like, hey, I watched it. Here's my response. You could pause it if you want to read it. Here's the next comment. Here's a video of Valen and Jen being naughty. And I was like, hey, I looked into this. Here's my findings. And they said, respect for actually looking into it and getting her side of it. That's all my direct messages on Reddit for the last year. Okay? So to tell me you know that your friends sent me damning evidence, there's proof that they didn't. All right.
They hate us cause they ain't us.
Friggin' heart rate is up again. Okay. His old guildmate said he said those things. Maybe he did. I'm just using the evidence I've got. Again, I'm not Valen. Why are you guys tattling to me on Valen? As for Giljen, she was removed from the partner program for going to a black streamer chat and telling him to go back to... No. That's not what happened. I saw the video. I just posted the conversation. So what happened in that was she was on her stream and she was getting farmed in PvP, and she, similar to the Valen situation, she was basically getting farmed for hours and hours and hours, and she did tell someone, she said, go back to your KG monkey. I asked her about that, and she told me the following. She said, 1, I was calling him monkey because he was acting like an animal in a circus. 2, I did not even know that was a racial slur. I'm not from the United States. The world is not centered around you guys. I get that a lot. 3, she didn't even know the guy's ethnicity. Okay? It was in a Twitch chat, and he said he was offended after she said that. She had no idea that he had dark skin tone. And you know what? I'm in her Discord where she works with other and does collaborations with other creators all over the world. Right now, what I have is a he said, she said situation, and I'm inclined to believe her because she works with people of all races in her Discord. I'm inclined to believe what she said to me about that. Now, I could be wrong. I completely accept that I could be wrong. However, everything I could find about that situation, that's what happened. All right? Let's see. You did not mention... Oh, wait, hold on a sec. So, yes, you're associating with racists and saying everything is fake isn't good enough. Sorry. One, I partnered with Jen, and I did my best to do my due diligence to look into this situation. I did. I'm not partnered with Valen. I consider him a nice person. Dude, Valen did a mental health check on me when I was having a bad time this last month, okay? Like, I'm on good terms with him. If he did this horrible stuff in the past, that's awful. I don't condone it. I also can't change the past, so I don't know what you want from me related to Valen. All right, you didn't mention the biggest issue with embedding. It's stealing viewers from people who deserve it more. This is especially obvious with Valen, but also with you when you switch categories like Guild Wars 2, when you're sitting on top of a category with what might as well be view bots, you push other people down, and thus any new viewer is more likely to go to your stream than the other streamers. This is obvious when you played Warhammer and you were pushing a guy who streamed the game daily 300 viewers down, but you probably had about 200 viewers at the time, but the bots pushed you ahead of him. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say about that. Yeah, that's what embeds Twitch. I took it down. Could you say that it's like a morally gray area? Yeah, you could. But, and like, I know it adds viewers. That's one of the perks of doing it, and Twitch allows it. It is a feature that they allow. So, is it something that, you know, raises you in discoverability? I will say, it helps less now, because Twitch doesn't filter highest to lowest anymore. It filters by recommended. So, when Twitch filtered highest to lowest, that was a bigger thing. It was helpful, but it was not so helpful that I was not willing to let go of it. You know, that argument does have some weight, but I don't think a lot. But in any case, like, I turned it off. You see with Valen yours 2 and F at 14 as well. He has at most 50 viewers, but when he sits at 300, 400 viewers. Again, I'm not Valen. I'm going to skip this because I'm not Valen and I am not Valen's keeper. This is the most important aspect of embedding. Nobody saying cares if you're getting views. Heck, I wish you all the success if you get a positive force to Guild Wars 2 community. Besides that one Heal Bladesworn guide you unleashed. Ah, yes. The Heal Bladesworn guide that Nike referred to as the 9/11 of Guild Wars 2. Yeah. The issue is harming other creators. You really need to stop downplaying how many views you are getting. There are charts out there that shows the pump of views. Yeah, I know. I showed my... I'm the one who showed them. There are charts out there. I know, because I put them out there. I know. Right there. It's that bump. It's the bump that is above my mouse cursor right now. It's that bump. So you can see that there's that, and then it went up. That's it. I'm the one who released the charts. Let's see. You're saying Nike or Darren's to go after your sponsor is really an awful thing to accuse them of. Neither of them are bad people who would actually do that. Dude, okay. Nike said my child should be taken away from me. You think he won't go to a sponsor? I think you're underestimating this guy. You're assuming they really goes back to point one, where you are not really that engaged with the community and thus don't really know them or know your two associates, as was called the one associate. I'm associated with GuildGen. And the one negative thing that has been said about her, I have looked into to the best of my ability. It is possible I'm wrong. I am not omnipotent. But based on the evidence that I have found when I looked into those allegations, I am currently still okay with working with GuildGen. All right? And if anybody else has messages, I'm happy to read and respond to them too, because I'm hoping that we can just put this down and be done with it. But yeah, there is a lot of holes in this.
Here to support you, Muck less than 3.
I appreciate that, Windfell. Thank you. Now, I want to actually see... let me see. Where's the person who originally posted this? Can I find... I want to see if they sent any more messages while I was reading that. Because they were like, oh, I know my friends sent you Reddit DMs, and I just showed all my DMs for the last year. Just send it again. No, they have not said anything since just sent it again. Nope. Don't allow their narratives to become your reality. Dude, they're not. They're not. I'm flabbergasted by half of this stuff. Like I totally... this Nike person to say your kids should be taken away from you over a Twitch video embed. Hang on. One sec. He is a huge...
Facial hair creeps me out. Let's be honest about who's a creep. The CPS should investigate you, and because I believe you have kids. That's... Whew.
Now, that was his exact words. He later cut it out of his video because he realized he went too far. But I saved it. Now, he didn't dwell on that topic for very long, but that's the guy you're defending. Okay? Like, dude, I play video games. I don't want to deal with this stuff. I play video games. I make guides for video games. I don't wish any harm upon Nike or anything of that sort. I just want him out of my life. That's it. He's unhinged. He is. He is. Respect for responding. I will send you the info you asked for after my class, which is in the evening. I'll send the links for people sent to you, plus all records of GuildGen chatting. You can if you want. I'll look over it. I mean, what is your end goal? I don't know what you want from me. Like, I don't know what you want. Like, I've got, like...
Here's our chance. Have at you.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to accommodate every message that sends my way and give them all a satisfactory answer, but I do not know what you're expecting me to do. He wants a ban? No, I'm not banning him over this. Dude, number one way to make this problem worse is to have someone I disagree with come in chat and then me ban them, and then they get like a recording or a clip of me banning them for not liking what they say. That's just gonna make everything worse. If you don't want them, then it's okay. I'm not gonna push it. I really don't. I really don't. I've looked into that extensively over the last month with everything people sent me, and I showed you my DMs, and I didn't find anything. If there's more, like, if it turns out that Valen is just a horrible, horrible person, then that sucks. I'm disappointed in him. At the same time, I hope he's learned to be better than that since then, you know? But I'm not their keeper, I'm not their parent, I'm not their guardian, there's nothing more I can do. They're just an associate. Does the drama help with the viewer count? Funny enough, it does. I have almost 600 viewers right now. I must be embedding. Jesus. Like, I started this stream, like, I released that video before starting the stream because I wanted to be able to answer questions if they came up, but I'm actually shocked at how juicy the drama has been.
Sorry you're going through this insanity, Muk. My brain hurts just witnessing it.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. You're embedded in his head? Yeah. Nike is impersonating footwear. So am I. I'm apparently a shoe too. Oh my gosh, I'm attacked by my own shoe blood. Dude, the biggest drama in the Guild Wars 2 community, and it's between two shoes. Is that Untamed? Yes, I'm playing Quickness DPS Untamed. Shoes Wars 2, yeah. I'm not angry, just disappointed. No, I mean, yeah, here, look, just to put it from my perspective, all right? Look, you got Valen, okay? Valen is someone who has been a content creator since longer than I've played this game. I've been actively doing stuff in this game for 5 to 6 years, okay? In that time, I haven't seen him do this bad stuff. I had no idea about any of this. Since then, we've done a few collaborations. I've done more collabs with Mighty Teapot than I have with Valen. But I've done a collaboration, I think one collab video where me and Valen were both guests on, I think Heavy Hats stream. We did one video there. And when I was basically getting hit with all of this stuff, he is one of the people that came and checked on me because he was concerned for me. All right, that is the kind of homie we're talking about right now. And then a lot of people are saying, hey, this guy's evil, listen to us, and it's the people that have been attacking me for the last month. It's kind of difficult to want to pick their side of this, just because of the interactions I've had with both of those groups. You know, I've got one guy who's doing mental wellness checks on me, and the other group who's basically just been attacking me for 30 days straight. Now, at the same token, I tried to do my due diligence. You know, honestly, it would be bad for my business if I was associating with known races, or was racist. But it would be bad for my business to associate with that. So I tried to check on that, and I found a lot of fishy, sketchy information, like a screenshot that was super fuzzy, video about Guild Gen that was like super out of context, and that's it. That's all I could find. Now, is there more? Possibly. Did you do bad stuff? Maybe. I wasn't here for it. I'm disappointed if you did, but that's kind of the end of it. I can't do anything about that if you did. This sounds like Democrats and Republicans. Oh my god, that's why I vote for Palawa Ignatius Joko every year. Every year, I write his name in on the ballot. Your maturity and accommodation is very admirable. I want to answer everything I possibly can so that hopefully this is the last day I ever talk about this. Go after today, I want to be able to just link people to video and say that's my thoughts, and that's it.
Killing the Mordrum champion inside the monster's coils should drive it off that island.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I think it's important to let the end user know immediately they bring a viewer stream they're unaware of rather than having it hidden. I agree. I covered that in the video. I agree with you. That's why on my browser, on my website, it's at the top. And on Jen, I asked if we could move it to the top, and she said yes, but it would take me time to redo the website because just life is really busy right now. And I was like, okay, just get to it when you can. And she's like, do you want me to take it down? And I said, no, it's still useful. I appreciate it. Just get to it when you can. And then she couldn't anytime soon. And so after a few weeks, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and take it down. It's getting to be too much. But, you know, it might go back in the future. I don't know. I still do not morally think that it was a problem. I had someone say, are you sorry you got caught or sorry you did it? I was like, neither. I'm sorry you guys feel the way you do, but I still don't morally think it was a bad thing. I vote Graham. I'm absolutely against you. When is this YouTuber drama getting a boxing match? Man. You know, honestly, I'm pretty much a twig. But Darren's also looks pretty skinny, so it might just be like two people doing this.
So what you're saying is, the other shoe dropped. Mukluk Dennis Mukluk love.
Wow. Well played. Well played.
Oh, attack! Attack it now! Yes!
Guild Wars 2 1v1. Yes, me, a support main. Versus, dude, yo, credit where it's due. Nike's a fantastic PvP player. He would probably wipe the floor with me in a 1v1. It is deeply hilarious to me that people associate embedding with actual crimes. I think it's pretty silly. This has been, like, obviously I know how cancel culture is, but, like, one of the crazy things that happened, and, again, I have no problem showing this. I'm an open book. Hang on a second. So there was someone on Twitter yesterday that, okay, so Nike yesterday said, wait, no, 26. Sorry, this was 3 days ago. He was still tweeting about me 3 days ago. He said, looks like Muck removed his embed from Guild Gen. No idea if it was because of the partner program or public pressure developing a conscience. I'm glad he finally did the right thing, but I wish he did it without slandering me. I don't expect an apology, but I deserve one. I said, nice to know I'm still living rent-free up there, but no to all of those assumptions. I'll have a video out soon. And then someone said, for a guy who promotes himself as family-friendly, you're quite toxic. But it shouldn't be a surprise from someone who associates with a line known racist after what you're informed, after taking your name from indigenous culture, because it sounded funny. And I was like, I'm sorry you think that way, but you're taught the opinion. The allegation about known racists covered in the upcoming video, and I wrote it's false, because based on all the evidence I had found at that point in time, it pointed that it was false. So that's why I said this. And then I said, that isn't even where I got my name. I started using it in April of the year 2000, and here's a link to a video where I talk about it. They did not respond after that. And then Nike reposted me saying it's false with, these are the images of no-no words. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, display names are easy to duplicate. I deal with copycats on a daily basis. Do you have any that show account names or ID? And then Ann Giles said, why would you downplay this of all things? Are you crazy? And I was like, what? And I have respect for Ann Giles. He has been not doing anything for a while, but in terms of Guild Wars 2 content creation, he made the Gods of PvP website. He's done a lot of stuff in the past. And I was like, asking for evidence is not downplaying. I have 7 clones of myself with the same appearance and name and game I deal with constantly. I've dealt with people copying my name and profile pic on Discord and spreading misinformation many times. Always confirmed to the best of your ability. And it's like, because I'm not immediately ready to sever a business relationship slash friendship slash acquaintance, I don't really know what we are. Like, I'm like getting yelled at for that. It's just like, oh my god. And maybe he did this bad stuff and I didn't see it. I don't know, but I find it boggling that because I'm not instantly ready to drop this guy and never speak to him again, like I'm in trouble now. What? Hello, hug from Brazil. Hello, Chuck. They did respond. It just got flagged as spam. Wait, hold on. Let's see. You're right, they did. Okay, so my response was 3 days ago. They responded last night. I'm a bit confused by your reply when you say that the allegations about the racists are false. Are you saying that you didn't continue to align with them after finding out about them being racist, or that they're not racist? It's fine. The video's up now. They can look at the video.
Excelsior.
Anyway, you're a Muglug copycat. Yep. Because their goal has always been to make you look less than you are. Yeah. What happened again? I'll link you the video. That's it. Just watch that video and then let me know if you have questions. Long-time lurker, first-time chatter. Be careful not to wear yourself thin. The whole "you're ignoring me" thing, especially followed by information you already clarified or have seen, is a pretty common tactic for bad faith stuff. The whole point is to wear you down. Just take care of yourself. I recognize it's easier said than done, stuff like this. Yeah, I know. And I really appreciate you guys. There's a lot of people with good vibes in here, and I thank you for it. A lot of it is just like, I had this big concern that, like, I wasn't concerned with people that already knew me, like, stopping supporting me. Because I talked to those people, they listened to me, and I was able to easily go, look, this is my side of this. And they were like, oh, okay. The problem was they were, Nike and Darren spread so much misinformation about this that the end result is you'll get people that might be like, oh, yeah, I'm new to Guild Wars 2. I was going to watch this Mukluk guy's video, but I've heard he's a bad guy. That's the main thing. I needed to make sure that they didn't, like, damage my reputation for people that didn't even know me yet.
You're one of the kindest and most genuine streamers I watch. You don't deserve this negative distraction, and sorry to hear you're going through this. I hope things improve for you less than 3.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the kind words. You didn't have to do the dono, but I appreciate that too. Thank you. Sometimes the only goal is to isolate people. Yeah, I know. And again, like, Nike, I think he's just out for drama. Like, I've had some interactions with him over the years, and they've led me to just avoiding him for a long time. I avoided going on podcasts because he was there, because I knew he was just a drama guy. I was very much just like, him live over there, me live over here kind of thing. Unfortunately, I think he's got Darren's ear. I do not think Darren's is malicious. I think that Darren's did not consider the consequences of when he just was like, oh, I'm going to make this fun video. Like, I don't want to say he was, like, stupid or something, but I think he just didn't consider the consequences of what would happen when he did those videos. Like, I don't think he's an evil guy. But, here we are, doing cleanup, aisle 7. I'm telling you, they need how to find a hobby guide. You know what I'll do? You know how I'll get him back chat? I'll be like, here's an inexpensive hobby. Let's get to the point. And then it'll be about painting Warhammer figurines. And I will ruin their f***ing life. Their whole bank. Gone! That's it. I'm taking it all. I'm sending it straight to Games Workshop. Let's see. Yeah, it sucks. I've dealt with it before for myself and friends in other MMOs at 14. This is a crazy way to get bored and move on that you should do eventually. Yeah, and I waited a month, right? I dealt with this for a month before making a video on it because I was hoping it would just blow over. And then, lo and behold, it's still going off on Twitter. Now, granted, fortunately, a very small percentage of Guild Wars 2 players use Twitter, but it's just like, I'm still seeing it every day. So it's just like, and then the people popping in my chat here, people popping in my Discord. A lot of positive comments in your response YouTube video. Enjoy reading it. I kind of figured there would be a number, but I really appreciate it. We've cultivated a really good community here over the years. And that's not to say that I can, like, do no wrong. Like, I want people to call me out when I do something wrong, but holy crap, there's a way to do it. Get them into Magic the Gathering, they'll ruin themselves. Oh, wait, no, don't leave them out, don't leave them out. I'm not done getting that loot. Not done getting that loot. What's the location pop-up mod? That is called Regions of Tyria. If you are interested, that is a link to a webpage where I have covered a bunch of Blishud modules, and it is the module called Regions of Tyria. There is a video for it there. It doesn't, like, change the game at all. It just adds that really cool loading screen, which I believe was inspired by either Guild Wars 1 and or one of the Final Fantasy games. But it's nice. Like, last time you mounted up on your sky scale was wrong. Wait, what? Last time I mounted my sky scale? Oh my god. Let's see. FF14 from the looks of it. We unfortunately live in the age of cancel culture. One wrong word and they gather the troops to go destroy it. Yeah. Like, I was, like, open to the idea that maybe I was working with someone that had a bad past, and I was trying to look into that, and I was actually flabbergasted by the fact that people were angry at me for not instantly, like, at the drop of a hat, severing all communication and, like, business relationships with someone because they said so. It's just like, what? Like, no, I'm gonna look into this first. I'm not just gonna, like, oh, because you said so. There's a reason it was called Twitter. The birds won't stop screeching. Well, now it's X. Oh, Pidgey, thank you for the membership, buddy. Appreciate that. Also, there was one I missed a little while ago. What was the other name? AJ, thank you for the membership as well. Thank you. X says, I did nothing wrong. You know what you did, X? You sold out to Elon. We live in a world that is outsourced critical thinking, unfortunately. The ones against Valen don't seem false. Maybe they're not. Okay, let's just pretend for a second that they're all true. Every single one of them. Let's say that Valen did all those nasty things in the past. What am I supposed to do about it? I don't have a collab with him. I don't have a partnership with him. I'm not his mom. I'm not his guardian. Like, I'm disappointed. What am I supposed to do with that? Are you embedding, Muck? Yes. Yes. Every chance I get. You know, I'm going to tell you guys what Rose said when he looked into this. He said Muck is not embedding enough. Dude, okay, for any of you who might be interested, Rose MMO. If you watch my YouTube, you might have seen me react to a few of his videos. Rose MMO fell down a rabbit hole where he was like, someone's like, oh, hey, did you hear Mukluk's evil? And he's like, what? And he started looking into this, and he was like watching all the back and forth videos for like hours. And then his next stream, he showed up in a wig and sunglasses, and he introduced himself as Evil Mukluk. And he went on to, I guess, defend me by talking about all the ways I was doing evil wrong. He's like, this freaking idiot. Like, he was insulting me, and he was like, this idiot, this dumbass, he's embedding on the wrong sites. He needs to embed on these sites, and then he needs to go to sponsors and say these lies. And I was just like, thanks, I think. Like, he was defending me, but it was in the most backhanded way possible. And I was laughing, but I was just like, what the hell? So it was something. That's Rose MMO if you want to go see his VOD. But yeah, at the end of it, he was like, you know what's going to happen is if Muck doesn't stop, they're going to yell at him. And if he stops, they're going to say, oh, gotcha, and they're going to yell at him. And I was like, you're probably right. And then here we are. He's chaotic good. He's very chaotic. like chat, like outside of stream, my sense of humor is not like, you know, I have a PG sense of humor. I also have a sense of humor outside of that. I love watching his stuff. It's sometimes too much for my channel. Like sometimes my my channel would not survive watching his stuff. But it is very funny, and I like him as a person. Mug, is Arena working on Guild Wars 3? There has been no official confirmations of a Guild Wars 3. There was a leak that was mistaken as being Guild Wars 3 a time in the past, but it was not confirmed. And it kind of died out. So really the answer is if they're making a Guild Wars 3, it is so far away they haven't even announced it yet. So we're like, if it exists, it's years away. What is he called again? Rose M. It is. Hang on a second. Credit where credit is due here. All right, that is Rose MMO's Twitch link. If you go to his, one second, let's see, videos, recent broadcasts, where is, exposing Mukluk's real reason for embedding. There you go, 7 days ago. That's the one where evil Mukluk shows up. He's such a freaking goofball. That's it if you want it. Yeah, he even messaged me beforehand. He's like, hey, I'm going to use you for a clickbaity title. And I was like, and I responded back something like, Mukluk embedded me on his website. And he's like, no, I'll do better. And I'm like, okay, have fun.
I said it before and I'll say it again. This entire thing is a dumpster fire.
Yep.
I personally do not like embeds,
Fair.
like as a whole concept,
Fair.
but even I can acknowledge that Muck's embed, his site, is not a malicious one. On the Valiant and Guild Gen accusations, no one is providing actual proof that is irrefutable or not easily faked. Also, why are we trying to hold people accountable for everything they have done in their lives? Lock up the world then, I guess, because that is the only option.
Dude, I don't know. I don't think I have any smoking guns in my past. I'll say when I was a kid, I was an annoying little brat, and I know it. But I don't think I've got any smoking guns. Let me see. Wargasm. I'm scrolling back. I'm looking for your message. Wargasm said, I don't know if you saw what I said in my resub, but just was keep driving on one father than the next. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Jason, Sam, thank you for the resubs. Being in a public position forces you to not talk behind a filter. Be someone you're not. The snowflakes are ruining the world, I swear to God. I got you, Muck. Those clowns just gave you another follow. Those clowns. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. I need something to bonk. The hammer. It yearns to bonk. Let me see. Ice Brood, Drizzlewood, South. Let's join that one. Muck, check the new chair. The new chair. Oh. Dude, I legit started to look down. I'm like, my chair's not new. What is he talking about? Looks great! Bro. ArenaNet. This is my ability to give you money. Fix it. Literally shut up and take my money. Alright, what is this? Extra Life is coming out. Yep. Some staffs. Where is it? What? Is the pedestal the new chair? Oh, it's a pedestal chair. Oh, this thing's the chair. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, dude, I've been so swamped with everything else. I haven't done anything for this. The Extra Life charity is awesome. Guild Wars 2 is involved in it every year. I've been involved with it a few times in the past. Don't know if I'm going to be able to this year, but it is a thing where they earn a bunch of money and it's for a good cause. So they've got these bundles in the game. And I believe if you buy the bundles, any money that they make from these, or like a large percentage of it, goes to the charity. And then they also do the charity like stream where they'll do silly things like if we make at least $5,000, we'll shave Roy's head. You know, they do stuff like that. Doesn't matter what you say, they just want you to say something, anything so they can piggyback off of it. This narrative requires your participation to continue. Yeah. I thought the same way, which is why I didn't respond to anything, basically, for the better part of a month, and then it was still continuing, and that's why I was like, okay, I'm just going to take it down, and I'm going to do one response, because I feel like they're doing damage, and then hopefully that takes care of it. Now, I could have been wrong. Maybe I should have continued to stay quiet. I don't know, but I felt like too much damage was being done to me, so I needed to say, like, my piece. Because I had told my side, like, the video was 17 minutes long, right? And that was scripted, so I had all the plot points in front of me. So, like, imagine every time someone came in chat, it's like, hey, what's all this about Invis now? Jowls shaking. And I was just like, okay, gotta stop for another 17 minutes and tell the story again. So now I've got a recording of it. I thought about having it just stay unlisted and just linking it to people who asked, but then I was just like, no, because then it's not going to eventually make its way to the people that I want to see it, which are people that don't know me yet, but I've only heard bad rumors.
Listen up. It's nuts out there. Stay low and follow me.
Say your piece, capitalize on to get tons of gifts and bits. Dude, I wasn't expecting gifts and bits. This is a surprise.
And they're coming in fast.
But yeah, I mean, obviously this has been a very successful stream in that regard, but that was not something I expected. Well, good love you, buddy. Just watch your vid. I wanted to break something because I was annoyed. Don't break anything. Don't break your things. Child, when it comes to my things, I was a very good child. I did not break my things. I hear Muck eats olives. No. You know, I was playing God of War Ragnarok yesterday morning, and there was actually a scene where they were like, oh man, I really miss being able to eat this before I became a talking magical severed head. What about you, Kratos? Do you miss any foods from before the end of the world? And he's like, olives. And they're like, what the hell's an olive? And I was laughing for multiple reasons. It was kind of weird hearing the gruff voice of Kratos say olives, and two, that they didn't know what that was. Also, I hate olives. I've told this story before. It's a short one, so I'll tell it again. I've had one experience with olives in my life, chat. I was a child. It was a booster seat. So this is like a core memory. I was at a table in some fancy restaurant with my parents, and there was a bowl of olives in front of me. I thought they were grapes. Before my parents could stop me, I just went, no, and I just put some in my mouth. And I was very upset after that. And I think that, like, jump-started my brain into conscious thought, because that's one of my earliest memories, was just how vile olives are, and this grape sucks. Like, this is the worst grape I've ever had in my life. Like, that's what kick-started my brain. And I don't think I've ever gone back. Traumatic? Yeah, terrible trauma. Terrible trauma. I wasn't behaved as a child. Dummy broke my first Game Boy by throwing it against the floor. Oof. I'm sorry to say this to you, but yeah, that was dumb for past you.
Well, since there's nothing in the gem store I want this week, thanks for the entertainment. Smile.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the good vibes and for being here. Crush olives for the oil, only good thing from them. Olive oil. Yeah, true. There's lots of things I like that are cooked in that. Chip away a little at a time. Let's see. Hey, okay, wait, hold on. What was this in response to? Open thread. Muck, I was watching on YouTube for some years. I was never on Twitch. That's fine. Now the game clicked for me now. I know I'm not late for the party for the game, but I'm 72 mastery now, and I only have a hot and POS.
Less than 3.
I'm in love with my Berserker, and I began the precursor for the Shining Sword of Twilight. Do you have any tips for a poorish new player who wants to build a legendary? Yes. Just to +1 what Sam said, chip away at it a little bit at a time. Legendaries, if you are patient, don't involve you having to, like, break your in-game bank account, right? But it's like slowly over time, do a little bit. Like, you've got the list of all the shopping list of stuff you need for the legendary. Work on one item on that list each day, or a couple of things, you know? Don't be like, oh my god, it's Saturday, I'm going to spend the next 10 hours working on Twilight. If you're like me, you'll burn yourself out. Do a little bit a day, and then eventually you get it done. And yeah, just that. Like, and then you'll be at a point where you could, like, okay, I've got it like 80% done. I could spend all my gold and finish it now, or just be patient and it'll be done in like another week. You know, like you'll have moments like that, and you can make a choice.
Feed maggots, vermin.
Yeah, my first legendary was Frostfang, and it took me many months, and I was streaming this game every single day. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and it was a very slow process. I'll be working a little on Legendary Relic for the next year or more, sadly. Yeah, the Relic, they might. I am in agreement with a lot of people. They should probably tone down the requirements for the Relic. Like, if you took, what is it, all of the dust on the trading post, all of it, I think you could make like 2 relics. Like, it takes an ungodly amount of dust to make 1 relic. It's simple, but it's a long haul. It's a long haul. Like, I did recommend a lot of people to do that. They had that offer. If you had a free Legi rune before they made the Legi relic, you would get a free Legi relic, and I got the free Legi relic, and I recommended people to do that, but there's a lot of people that joined the game since then, and they can't go back in time and get that. If I buy the Karma Booster, do I get the Extra Life title? I mean, it should say on here. The donation... Let me see. Donation bundle. Let me see here. Gives the chair, the booster, and the selfless. Proceeds donate Extra Life. Temporary selfless potion? I think that gives you the halo. I don't know. I don't know if it gives you the title or not. That might require a Google search. I don't know the answer to that. So talking about drama, the new chair has a joystick effect. In game, you don't have support for that. Merchandising 10 out of 10. Has a joystick effect? Astorax says, I got the title without buying anything. I think I did that a couple years back and I got the booster. They really shouldn't gate by total number of items in the game. Time gating is hard. Game gating is impossible. Yeah, it's... Because, like, you get the dust from salvaging stuff. So, basically, right now, the thing is just you keep salvaging and just save all the dust, and after a year, you can make it. But it's a long process. It's a bit of a slog. I am not with my group. No. So the stats themselves aren't higher. It sees trouble making multiple pieces into gear. Yes. Yeah, legendary, Unata says you get it via the achievement. What is the achievement? Let me see, is it H, achievements, let's just search Extra Life, see what comes up. No title there. Purchase an item from the gem store that contributes to Extra Life. Donor
This will
goal.
help crack their codes and hopefully save some lives. This message shows
Show
coordinates for their
support. Oh, here we go.
communications tower.
Show support for the
Gives us a leg
children.
up.
Okay, so I've got this from purchasing something in a previous year. It's a bit unclear of what the requirement for that is. Mug, I just bought the booster, and it did give me the title immediately. Okay, there you go. Okay, so someone in chat says that they bought the booster just now and got the title. Sorry, fuzzy on the details. I did it a few years ago. Admuck, how long do you think it'll take for Volatile Magic to recover its recent loss of value after the new Leggy Spear drops? Oh man, that is a Guild MM question. Okay, there is, chat, what is that website for Guild Wars 2 where you can see the price fluctuation of a single item you search for over time? Do any of you know what I'm talking about? I could Google it, but you guys would be faster. GW2BLTC.com. Okay, so this website, which I'm going to link in the YouTube chat because that's where the person asked the question, allows you to go to an item. So go to like trophy shipments or powerful bloods or something that you would get with volatile magic and take a look at the, you know, the pattern. And you might be able to get the answer you want from that pattern. That's how I would acquire the answer to that question. If you want someone who's a wizard at that kind of stuff, I would defer to like Enco or Guild MM. Those are the guys that you basically make this game into spreadsheets, and they're really good at that. So I would go to those sources for the information.
Might be right.
I don't care if she is.
Hi, Monk and Chat. Hi, Ansharp.
Anymore. Just a traitor like the rest of them.
Catching up to this group. So it's transferable to all characters of that armor class? Yeah. Buy mats low, sell them high when the spear drops. Yeah, we've got a legendary backpack and spear coming this expansion, as well as new raids. So I'll be making guides for all of those as soon as I am able to figure out how they work.
Mesmers, support the legions!
If they're pulling you down, congrats, you are taller.
If they're pulling you down, congrats, you're taller. What? Thank you, Alex, for the dono and the very strange message. Is that like I'm taller because they're below me pulling me down. Got it.
Sorry to hear about the drama, Muck. You're still my go-to for fast raid learning, teaching.
I appreciate that. I feel very, very fortunate that even to this day, a year after some of them were made, that people still use the get to the point guides. That's my magnum opus, was those videos.
Can I offer you some bullets to the face?
Take my support. You above the rest.
Thank you, Sergeant Ghost. I think I just heard a Char NPC say, "May I offer you some bullets to the face?" And I don't think I've ever heard that voice line. It reminds me of that barbarian from Vox Machina that says, "I would like to rage." Occasionally angry, like, "I would like to rage."
Join Dominion, and I'll only graze you. Just an itty-bitty flesh wound.
Grog, yeah. Guys, look at me, I'm so curvy! Have you streamed each day for 2,349 days? Yes. If it means that during all those years you never went on vacation trip with your family, or you did but always on laptop. So I am my wife and I are very much hermits. We are both happy to be at home 99% of the time. Like, I like my house and all my cool stuff is here, right? So, also I love my job, so I never have the desire to take time away from it because I love what I do. Like, dude, I work 55 hours a week on, I do 55 hours a week streaming and more than that on videos. So not only do I not take vacations, I don't take weekends. Like, I haven't skipped a day in, what's the number? 2,349 days, which is 6 years and something change. So yeah, it's a weird flex, but it's mine. It's my flex, and yeah, yep, it is absolutely true. So yeah, if there will come a day where like a bus steers into my house and crushes me in my living room, and I won't be live that day, unless my wife like just sets up a cam above my comatose form in the hospital.
Get away from me.
For every donation, we keep the iron lung on for 5 more minutes. I'm joking about myself, Twitch. Calm down. AI Mukluk take over. No, we'll just get Boy to take over. He just looks like younger me anyway. You knock on wood right now. Worse, yeah, I'll be embedded on the hospital's website, exactly. Mug, please, the darkest humor that, oh my god. There is a side of me that very much enjoys dark humor. I try to filter that out for my streams. Hype train level 2 to keep the iron lock.
This is the final Tuesday doing it. Hopefully we will see 2 more people learning to break dance tonight. Mukluk dancing, Mukluk dancing.
Oh, is that Charmon? It is Charmon. Chat, I do giveaways pretty much every Tuesday night. Yeah, usually within Guild Wars 2, sometimes outside of that. I also do giveaways anytime I've sponsored streams, which are where my numbers are really good. Those are the ones where I usually just like, hey, I'm taking $100 out of what I've earned. I've bought gift cards and I'm giving those out today. The last few Tuesdays, Charmon, who's in the chat right now, has bought breakdancing lessons from the gym store and added those to the giveaway pile. So some of the winners basically learned breakdancing. Thank you, Charmon. Appreciate you building up the giveaway. Can we get you embedded on the monitor, please? Rather see you than hear the bip. Get your embedded on the monitor. On the monitor? What? You know, as a joke, I would right now. Like, part of me wants to just duplicate my game capture a whole bunch of times, so you just see like 30 of me on the screen, just embed on myself. However, OBS has been really fickle lately, and I'm afraid that joke would end the stream. So I'm holding back on that idea. There's been quite a few days lately I was playfully tinkering with OBS and it exploded, and I don't trust it right now. ArenaNet about to embed Muck on the launcher. Oh my god. Dude, what a dream. That would honestly be a dream. That would be... the thing is, too, is like, someone could see it and be like, yo, oh, it's like, what if it was like, got questions to ask? Our partners are available to answer them, and then you just have Mighty Teapot there if he's live, or Laura if she's live, or me. Dude, that would be awesome. But it would start this whole thing up again. So, mixed bag. All the holograms and EOD maps are now just embeds of the stream. Dude, Dragon Bash Festival comes, and everybody's fighting holograms, and it's all just my stream in, like, blue and white. Oh my god. Dude, some people would very much enjoy getting to just bash my face through the whole festival. Somewhat, we should embed Muck on Google's front page. It's funny because I gave an example in the video today of some of the bad actors that have given the embeds the worst name. And one of the things I said was there was someone in the past, some people in the past, this was before I ever streamed, by the way, that found a way to embed a single pixel of their stream on a popular website. Not Google, but like Google. You know, let's say you have some popular website like a search engine, and you pay them for an ad, and you just embed a single thing. And suddenly they just get like 1 million viewers, and no one knows where they're coming from. Like, that is... That has happened before, and that's an example of the worst way to deal with it. What if you did that joke of multiple smaller versions of your streams, but use pictures of your stream instead so OBS doesn't crash? Yeah, it might work. You know, a funny story that we've done in the past, I don't have it set up right now, or I'd show you. Back when I used to World vs. World a lot, we actually got a recording, just like right now I'm streaming me and Drizzlewood running around, right? You see my mini-map down there? We recorded the mini-map down there for like 2 minutes, and then made it a looping GIF, and put it over my mini-map when I was in World v. World. So anytime someone tried to stream snipe me, if they just used the minimap to find me, it was really confusing. Because it was me running around Drizzlewood. And, oh my god, dude. Props to, it was Julia who came up with that idea. And I was like, oh, that is good. That is good. We used that for a long time. Mike, I didn't know your evil variant is long hair blonde with dark shades. Yo, me neither. Dude, my hairline is going. That he's got quite the mane. Eventually they're gonna embed Muk streams the top left of the game, like Subway Surfer footage. Yes. Like, whenever someone at schools are talking about something boring, they're gonna have me in the corner just to keep everyone's attention. Just jingling keys. I remember seeing that in some videos. It made me laugh when I figured it out. Yep. Let's see. Are you saying you wouldn't enjoy that Muk for the bit? Wouldn't enjoy that? Oh, what? Having like a single pixel embedded? No, I wouldn't. There's no defense against that, right? That is not only crossing the line. That's running all the way to the finish line of crossing the line. No, you can't really defend that. But like, believe me, would I like to just suddenly have 10,000 viewers? Of course, that'd be really good for business. Of course, what business would not want to suddenly have 10,000 more customers? But to have like the equivalent would be 10,000 fake customers posting fake reviews for you on Yelp, and someone like looking at your product, and then there's a whole bunch of reviews that are like, it is the guide, or like, this is definitely one of the best. And it's just like, these are clearly fake. like that would be the equivalent to that. Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, 10,000 real ones? Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe someday. But not like that. Hi, your tutorials on YouTube on how to get new stuffs like the sword, etc. Very helpful. Thanks a lot. Oh, you're very welcome, Leb. I'm glad I helped somehow.
Guess there's more traders.
Not that, the Dragon Bash embed. Oh, that would be hilarious. I don't think they could do it as an embed. They would have to be just like a GIF or something. But yeah, I think some people would very much, it would just be like, bash the Mukluk. Some people would very much enjoy that. Chip did that. I told this story just yesterday, but there's a lot of people here that didn't hear it, so just a funny tale for you guys. All right. I'm obviously a very skinny boy. I don't mean to brag, but I can do a push-up. I was doing some light exercise the other day. I was in my office, and there's some space back here, and I was doing push-ups, okay? So my office chair was near me. It was right next to me. I went down, I went back up, and I felt something hit my head. And I was like, oh, did I hit my head on the chair? And I look up, and Chip is over the chair. Like this. I'm like, did he slap me in the head? That's weird. Go down, come up. Go down, come up. What are you doing? And he's just like, and dude, I don't know if he was trying to encourage me, like some gym bro slapping your butt at the gym. He's like, you can do it, you can do it. Or if he was just mad at me, like, how dare you do this? Like, but he was playing whack-a-muck. Like, that's what my wife called it. He was playing whack-a-muck. And just every time I went downward motion, upward motion, he'd slap me in the head. And I'm like, this is something. This is something. Hobble says, I would love an embed stream from the partners on the launcher or from support tickets, but it would be probably like, I have a question because I destroyed an item. GW2 support, can you help? GW2 support, no. Here, watch a Muk Potato or Laura doing a wizard tower by controlling her characters with switches on her oven. Her oven. Wow. Chip was like, stop bragging. No, yo, Chip can run on the walls. He is way more athletic than me. He's a cat. That right there is why I have a gym membership. My dog and cat don't let me work out at home. Oh my god. How many times are we talking? 2, 3. Yes, 3 whole push-ups. How's it going? Muk, happy to be here. What's up, Landon? Let's see. Chip is a cat. That's just normal cat behavior. It's odd for him sometimes. Anyone jealous of 100k subs and 200 views mid-drama? I am. Yeah, I don't know. We're close to 100k subs on YouTube. Maybe this year. We are... What am I at right now? We're at... oh, we passed 96,000 during the stream. Hey, 96k. Yeah, we've been, last month we've been at 95k. So it is possible within 6 months or so, because I would say on average on YouTube, I get between 500 to 1,000 new subscribers each month. And so like in the next 6 months or so, it might hit 100k. And there's nothing really crazy that happens at 100k, but YouTube does send you that plaque, and that would just be really cool. It would just be neat. So it's a goal. It's a long-term goal. Where's the group at? Oh, they're to the south of me. Embed reveal at 100k. To celebrate 100k, Mr. Beast is embedding me on the entire internet.
Legion lives on.
Easy is the class I was here to get Rise of Hill. Easy is the classic troll. Wait, what did Easy say? Easy says anime profile pics are not real people. No, that's the profile pic. The real person's behind the keyboard. Let's see. 100k subs, not even 250 viewers. I don't have 100k subs, but 250. I haven't been streaming on YouTube that long. I've been streaming on Twitch 6 years. I've been streaming on YouTube like 1 year, so it's it takes longer to build up. Yeah. No, that's just normal. Yeah, Twitch streamers were not allowed to stream to other websites, or they would lose their Twitch stuff. Up until last October. It was a rule for a long time. Basically, it's like, okay, if you stream to Twitch and Kick, or Twitch and Facebook, or Twitch and YouTube, we're taking away your sub button, and you're not allowed to earn money anymore. And I'm like, well, I kind of need money. Hey, thank you. And so, yeah, I only streamed on Twitch for many years, and then when they lifted that restriction, I was like, okay, YouTube, here I come. I saw Mighty Teapot do it too. He also started streaming on YouTube right at that same time. Cowdy's89, thank you for the 5 gifted, buddy. Appreciate that. Welcome. Embedded directly in the internet tubes. I'm getting embedded directly into the sharks that are chewing on the internet cables on the ocean floor. We're skipping the middleman. We're going straight to the shark. Hey, Mike, I went back to the Guild Wars 2. I didn't play the Wizard Tower expansion. Should I play through it first, then the new one, or can I do the new one while everyone is playing it? You can absolutely start the new one. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. I need a visual aid for this. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Visual aid. I was taught how to do this by Thor. Okay. Expansions. All right. Core game. Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, End of Dragons, plus Living Worlds. All right. All of that is a book series. Secrets of the Obscure and Janthier Wilds is a second book series. Now, you can play Janthier without playing Soto, but there is a lot of exposition at the beginning which will make no sense to you. Now, if you don't care about that, it's fine. You can still just play Janthier without Soto, but there will be stuff that makes no sense to you. However, if you play Janthier and Soto and you haven't played Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, and End of Dragons, it's not that big a deal. Really, the only spoiler is the good guys beat up the dragons. That's it. And oh, shock. Okay, it's called End of Dragons. So, yeah, that's basically it. Also, you never have to worry about keeping up with, like, right now you're like, everyone's in Janthier, oh god. This isn't World of Warcraft, where, you know, if you don't play Burning Crusade while everyone's in Burning Crusade, it's going to be dead later. You don't have to worry about that. Like, the endgame content stays endgame content forever. Right now, look at all these people. I am currently in Icebrood Saga. This happened before End of Dragons, okay? But people like doing this event, so here we are. We're currently fighting a tank. So you can absolutely not
saw the drama vid. Sorry you've had so much strife with it all. I hope you're doing okay and keep being a great GW2 content streamer.
Spectre, thank you for the kind words, buddy. I appreciate it. Also, there's a lot of people that just subbed. Thank you guys so much. I was not expecting any of this today. I'm really appreciative of it. The ramen pantry is going to be fully stocked, let me tell you. Heard you have to apply for the plaque. I mean, well, if you have to, I'm going to. if you can bet, if I hit 100k subs and a button pops up on my dashboard that says, do you want a plaque? I want to say, yeah, give me that plaque. You know, chat, there's definitely... Icebrood Saga wasn't perfect, right? I have some criticisms. But not about the music. I love the music in Icebrood Saga. Like, the music that was playing during that whole fight sequence, I was just vibing the whole time. Embed Minimuck on the YouTube plaque. You know, it's funny. Talking about embedding someone on a device, I want to show you something. Alright, come with me on a magical carpet ride. Alright. Alright, so down here. This is my Stream Deck. You know, the buttons do different things right here. So like, for example, if I hit this button right here, it zooms in on the cat camera in case Chip is there. And then this button zooms in on my camera. Can you guys see this? Can you see him? This is the dancing guy. I've embedded him on my Stream Deck. You can put moving pictures on here. That is the button that does this. Okay, break time. Thirsty.
Yes. Legions, with me!
And that's what that button does. That's what that button does. But yeah, it's fun. You can, dude, I could literally put the entire B movie on one of these buttons if I wanted to. It would be a very big file, but I could. Yeah, if any of you are thinking about streaming, stream decks are fun, because you can just make one button that does a lot of things, and it's very handy. Also, if you need a cheap version, I believe Elgato has an app that you can download on your phone that will give you a small stream deck. It turns your phone into a small stream deck. Very handy. Like, just even the simple stuff, like a button like, change scene to the AFK scene, play good music, and mute my microphone, you know? And then another button that just undoes all of that. I thought about streaming, but realized I'm boring because all I do is draw and never talk, so there is that. You would probably need to talk. However, I know plenty of streamers that focus on art. Like, people do like watching art, but they are usually talking while they're drawing. But it's often like the artist is doing their thing, there's maybe music going, and they might be answering questions in chat from time to time. Now, I'm not trying to push you to do anything you don't want to do, I'm just giving you my thoughts on the matter. Okay, I'm gonna refund some of these things. Let's see, Wizard Dennis. All right, I'll do that one. There we go. 2 minutes of this guy. Yeah. Happy little accents. Yep. Talking while doing is a learned skill. It's true. It's true. Like, we're human beings. We can learn new stuff. It's not like, oh, I don't have the talent for that. I mean, you can learn new skills. For me, talking while doing came from years of raid training people that were not listening. So I already had that skill when I started streaming, but for others, they might have to practice it.
Great's glory lives up to his name.
That vid's going on repeat for a few hours. Oh, the dancing one? That's here's a link to it if you want it.
Now take every battle won, every obstacle you've overcome, and use diary. Today I took down a few imperators and ate some Dolyak. The Dolyak was tough.
I've never heard that. One of the NPCs just said, "Dear Diary, today I took down a few imperators and ate Dolyak. The Dolyak was tough." Here's that music I was talking about. You can't see me vibing because Wizard Dennis, but just know that I'm vibing. Pain. Wizard Dennis is vibing. He is in a state of perpetual vibe. Oh, AoE res. AoE res. I only got one person. They were doing a good job with the manual reses. IBS is fun, it's just champions, that's rough. Yeah, basically, it was going really good, and then they just ended it in a very poor way. But the repeatable events during the good phase are still quite good. IMO.
Steel doesn't bend or break. We kill real good, though. When this is all over, we're gonna have a good laugh at how pathetic you imperators turned out to be.
Social anxiety shuts me down the second I even think about turning my mic on, talking any games. I can understand that. Like, when games first started making heavy use of microphones, like, you know, TeamSpeak and Ventrilo and stuff like that, I did not talk much. And then over time, you get used to talking when you're with, like, 5 people you played with often, and then 10, and then 20, and then... You know, by the time I started streaming, it really didn't have an effect on me. And it also, it helps that I'm basically in a room alone, right? Like, right now, assuming this is accurate, we've got, like, 800 people from Twitch and YouTube combined here. And if I was in front of 800 people, yo, I might clench so hard I'd bend my chair in half right down the middle. But if I'm, like, here in my room alone eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich and just chatting, it hits different. It hits differently. Like, I know that there are people there, but it's not the same. It's not as social anxiety inducing.
Want this? I know you don't.
The great past commander. Have we met? Don't care.
What's the text that appeared when you enter an area? That is called Regions of Tyria. It is a module for Blishud. I'm going to put a link to a guide on that if you want it. That link in the chat pulls up guides for Blishud modules. Just look for the one called Regions of Tyria. Howdy, Commander. Hi, Mr. McChill. Well, I'm not the commander of this squad, so howdy, whoever it is. Hello again. How do I tell if you are NA or EU again? I have the ability to server swap to play with anyone. I'm currently on EU. So the way to tell is basically ask. Usually, if I'm playing at this time, I'm on EU because there's just EU is livelier right now. Right now on the west coast of North America, it is... what, like 10 a.m.? It's still like before lunchtime even. Whereas in Europe, you guys, it's like already Saturday. So, you know, there's more of you guys playing games. I don't know how time zones work. How do we get to server swap like that? Anyone can server swap at the character selection screen, but for most people, they have to pay a gems fee after the first time. The first swap is free as long as you own an expansion, I believe. Because I'm an ANET partner, they gave me the ability to server swap at my leisure, and I really appreciate that. There's a few little perks they gave me in-game that just help with my ability to do content. So, it's the same button y'all have, but mine just doesn't charge me for it. Are you an LFG? No, but I can put the squad join command into the chat, and anyone on EU can copy-paste that, and they would join. So the command I put in chat that looks like /sqjoin space mukluk.9082, if you just copy paste that in game, you would join this squad. Now, for anyone new to the game, you don't have to know the group leader's name to join the group. You just need to know the name of someone in the group to join the group. What are you munching on? A peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because I have the taste buds of a child. I need an adult! Ah!
You did it. You did it. Every sacrifice you've made has brought us closer to healing our people.
We never grow up, we only get taller and look older. Don't tell that to the police, they might go after my wife. But yes, I still enjoy the PB&J, the nuggies, the fries.
Today's successes were hard won and hard fought.
I had hot dogs and someone had a child, yeah.
Let's see to the wounded.
Like, I know I'm a picky eater, but I try to be the type of picky eater that is willing to try anything. There's just not many things I keep eating after trying them once. So, often my wife, when she makes a meal, not always, but often, she'll make something for me and the boy, and then she'll make something else for herself that she thinks is more cultured. Me and the boy will have, like, nuggets and fries, and she's got some, like, fancy thing I can't even pronounce. Let's see. I'm not picky, but nothing beats simple and easy. If it works, it works. Thank you for the sub. Welcome, Serial. That's like at my home too. Yeah, occasionally we'll have stuff where we all have the same thing, but you know, not always. Mukluk to a croissant. I'm fine. I mean, croissants are just bread. I'm fine with croissants. I might, like, put some butter and jelly on them like it's a breakfast biscuit or something. Unless it's got, like, if we're talking, like, a plain croissant. If it's got, like, you know, egg and bacon on there or something like that, oh, yo, that's fantastic. But, yeah, I mean, in my mind, a croissant is just bread in a different shape. I'm totally fine eating that.
Remain to stand beside you. Join them in death, or join Dominion.
Not if you're in France, they would shoot you. That's okay, I'll just give them an evil look. They'll give up. Let's see. I got a whisper from a concerned citizen that says, please remind all the people in chat to get the candy corn gobbler. Okay. If any of you are new to the game and interested, there is an item in the store called Candy Corn Gobbler. It's only available during Halloween. What it allows you to do is basically feed it candy corn, which you can buy off the trading post year-round. And then it gives you hour-long buffs, which you can stack up, like plus magic find, plus run speed, plus heals. You know, basically just stuff that makes open world easier. And it's there if you want it. You don't have to use it. You know, because it eats candy corn every time you use it, it basically costs in-game coin every time you use it. But it does give buffs. There we go. Message delivered. The inventory's fine. Look, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I paid for 448 slots. I'm gonna use 448 slots.
How's he doing?
I will empty it when it's full. So much space. I know. Barry says, I'm French in Mux Warhammer playthrough. It's true. Currently in Total War Warhammer 3, I'm learning how to play Bretonnia for the first time, which is based off French people. And anytime someone started acting up in my chat, I was like, you're in big trouble, mister. I'm sending you straight to France. And then I would name a character that might or might not survive in the game after them. Straight to France, the naughty children go. Muck, when are you going to build a roller beetle racetrack in your homestead? We've already got a roller beetle racetrack in the guild hall. My homestead doesn't need one. My homestead is barren. I have not done anything there other than the collect money stuff. That's it. Where's the next one? There. Okay. Much, you still use Blish HUD for add-ons? I do. Yep. I've also been collaborating with them, making a bunch of guides for their add-ons. If you do !Blish, you can see a list of all the ones I've made so far. I believe the 7th one is currently being edited by the great Noxxi. If I have kids and when they misbehave, I'm telling them they're going to Bretonnia. Bang! Zoom! Straight to France! No! I'm a returning player. That sounds like a godsend. All of the guides I've done for add-ons are on that page. Just browse them and see if there's anything you want. Jalawa says, Muck, I understand you might not care at all, but I just watched your video with my wife, and we thought that you're awesome and crazy people should take a chill pill. Don't care about the hate. Enjoy the positive vibes of the chat. Also, thank you for all the great low APM intensity guides for myself, not for my wife. I like how you clarified that. Like, I didn't need to know that, but it was important for her reputation that the people know that it's only you that needs them. Thank you. When I made that video, I definitely did not think that was going to be couples would sit around the campfire watching that, but I'm glad for the good vibes. I'm glad for the good vibes. Hey Muck, much love. Hello Freya, thank you. Which amulet was essentially free? That was from Season of the Dragons, the Prismatic Regalia. You just had to do a whole bunch of achievements, and then they just gave it
Thanks
to you.
for being the best Muking GW2 creator.
Muking.
And all you do, Mukluk hype, can't believe the shade. It.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Nebula says, recently came out of Guild Wars 2, left for Path of Fire. I'm in awe of how much the game has changed. Found your awesome guys, which have been a huge help jumping back in. Thanks for all you do. Well, you're very welcome, Nebulous. Thank you. Invoker says, thanks to the guys, can you advise which pass to buy? So, like, Lounge Pass? My personal favorite is Mistlock Sanctuary, because it's like many of the others, but it's very compact. Now, you may not like it. I like having all the essentials in a very small area. It's like bank, 2 steps, trading post, 3 steps, all the crafting tables, you know? So I like Mistlock Sanctuary. In the past, there was a few other things that made Mistlock Sanctuary better that have been added to all the passes, so those are no longer worth mentioning. And it also does have access to the Fractal Room. So, like, Armistice Bastion is another VIP pass, and it has quick access to World v World. Mistlock has quick access to Fractal. Thousand Seas Pavilion has quick access to fishing nodes all over the world. So if you really like fishing, then you might like that one. But for me, my answer is Mistlock. At Mukluk. Wait, what's up? Do you have advice to find a group to try raids? Many in the LFG need KP, but if I don't have KP, I cannot get KP. Sure. There are raid training communities.
Hello, Muck. Sorry to hear you have had a rough month. Keep on doing you and I'm sure it will work out. Your content is many times the highlight of my day. Let's plays, guides and everything in between. Keep on keeping on.
Thank you, Pran. Really appreciate the continued support. Especially if you like the Let's Plays. That is my content, which gets
You're the only streamer
amount.
I watch these days because you're an adult and above the petty drama that plagues so many communities. I'm sorry you've had to deal with everything recently. You're still the best.
Thanks, buddy. Oh gosh, there's so many messages.
Hope things are getting better from a mostly YouTube watcher.
They are. Yeah, they support. I was expecting this to just be a normal Guild Wars 2 stream, and I would occasionally answer drama questions. I was not expecting all of this. You guys are very, very kind. In answer to the question about the raiding, you have a couple of options. One is a raid training community. What is it? There's a, do I still have the Academy thing? Okay, so there's Raid Trading Academy. I believe that's an NA community that does raid training. I haven't talked to them in years, but as far as I know, they're still running. There's also Crossroads, which did it for EU, and there's a few others. Additionally, and it's going to sound crazy, you can start your own groups. So I've got the Get to the Point guides. You could watch those and know how to undo a boss, like Veil Guardian or whatever, in minutes. And then you just get a group of 9 people and be like, hey, you guys take a 2-minute break, go watch this video, and then come back. And be like, okay, everybody ready? All right, let's do this. And it's not going to be that bad. Like, you might wipe a few times, and then you'll get that kill, as long as people are patient. Because I would say out of 25 raid bosses, 20 of them are really easy. As long as you know the basics that are described in the Get to the Point videos. They're really easy. You just put in those few minutes of effort. Everyone should start on Wing 1. I respectfully disagree. I think the easiest bosses to start people on are Cairn. So basically the first 3 bosses of Wing 4. So Cairn, and then Mursad Overseer, and then Samurag. And then the first 3 bosses of Wing 1. After that, Veil Guardian, and Spirit Run, and Corsival. Wing 5, no bananas. You're a bad banana.
Mukluk Pat.
Let's see. Wing 2 is really easy, as nobody needs to say. I enjoy Wing 2, but Slothosaur is quite the pug killer. Let me see. Bro, I am lost AF. Oh, wait, is that the cave right there? There it is. I was up there, and I was looking for this. Wing 5 to get the standard, right? Yeah, start them at the Kadim, the Peerless, and then if they could do that, they could do anything. There you go. If they got that, they got it all. All bosses are easy once you learn them? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, once you learn them, they're really, like, every single boss in any MMO is basically, here's a script, follow it, success. What's really crazy is when people break from that script and then they win, you know? Like recently there was a guy that soloed Samurog. It took him like a couple hours to fight him one-on-one because he had to make a really tanky set of gear to survive the raid boss, and then he did like no damage. So he was one guy doing crap damage, and it took him hours to kill the guy. Someone soloed Vale. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. Honestly, I wish there were more pug groups for raids. Getting Leggy Army was a pain. Yeah, most people that are working on Leggy Armor will find a group of people that are all working on Leggy Armor together. Like, they're all going to work on getting Coalescence, or they're all going to work on getting Leggy Armor. And then it's like a journey that they all do together, and then it's like, hey, let's meet up every Monday, and we'll make progress, you know? It's usually that kind of thing. Let's see. Tax says, hi, I'm a returning player after a long time. I watched many of your videos and guides. Like them, by the way. Have you ever thought of creating a guide explaining new features, farming locations, metas, activities, etc. for returning players? I have a few, what's that, GW2 tips? That is a bunch of just miscellaneous, excuse me, hang on a second. Bear killing me. That is a bunch of miscellaneous tips for Guild Wars 2. And there's also one I did that's sort of similar to what you're describing, called I just hit level 80, now what do I do? And those two videos have a lot of overlap. They're not exactly what you said, but they have a lot of overlap with what you said. 4,600 hours in, I never did a raid boss except escorting that Asura, if that counts. It counts. I mean, it's a raid encounter. I will say that I myself, because I came to this game after raiding like it was a part-time job. I was raiding 20 hours a week in Guild Wars 2. I led a few server first, and I was burned out on it. I didn't want to do raiding anymore. So when I came to Guild Wars 2, I was like, I'm going to do everything but raiding. And I did. I did do everything but raiding. And then one day, years in, I was like, I'm going to get full legendary. Another year passes, I got full legendary, except the ring from raids. And I was like, I have to learn raids now. I have to learn raids. I'm like, okay. And of course, the learning part sucks. Learning. Ooh. So I learned how to do it, and then I got frustrated with the guides. Now look, I remember watching like Teket's guide to Gorseval and stuff like that, you know, and Mighty Teapot's videos that are like long form content. And they were all fine. They gave me the info I needed, but I was also really mad because I was like, it's just so much longer than it has to be.
Have you ever thought about doing a Nitride series for off-meta and or niche builds?
I mean, that's kind of... I've kind of done a few of those. Like, basically, as long as they are viable, sure. Like, I recently did the pistol unload thief video yesterday, and the core hammer auto attack guardian. Like, you know, tryhards will get mad if you join the group with those things, but they're viable. They work. Also, thank you, AJ, for the tip. Yeah, if it's a viable build, sure. Yeah, I'll give it a shot if I've got time. There was a raid Leggy. Coalescence. It's a ring. There's 2 Leggy rings in the game. One is Conflux, which is from World v World. You can get 2 of them. Or Coalescence and Conflux. And Coalescence is from raids. And then there's the Leggy armor from raids. But yeah, it was me doing Coalescence and getting frustrated that guides took 20 minutes to give 5 minutes of information that led my frustration to me making the get to the point videos. And then they took off really well. I could just watch the video. You don't deserve that. Sorry, people are harassing you. Thank you, Viper. There's been a lot of really kind comments today, so I'm okay today. I'm good. Do you remember your main was a WoW before you stopped playing? Oh yeah, of course. So my main in WoW changed from time to time. So I played in vanilla. I played many characters. In the end of vanilla, like raiding Ragnaros and Onyxia, stuff like that, I was an orc shaman. And I actually really liked it because it was all about like, you know, buffing teammates. Like they would put me in raids in a group with like 4 rogues, and I would be like, all right, here's like Strength of Earth Totem, Wind Fury Totem, blah 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 blah. And dude, the rogues were my homies. They loved me because the other shamans were lazy and they wouldn't drop totems on trash pulls. But I liked buffing people, so I dropped totems on every single pull. And chat, I made my rogues look good. I made them look good. All right, so yeah, that was me in core. And then Burning Crusade came out, and I played Horde, and Horde got access to Paladins. And Paladins are overpowered. Paladins are Guardians. So I was like, okay, and I looked at their skills. I'm like, frick, we need a Paladin. So I made a Paladin, a Blood Elf Paladin, so that we had one, and that was a character I mained for some time. I didn't want to main it, but I kept having to play it in certain raid bosses so that our group could clear the raids. But I wanted to main Warlock, but I never got I was never allowed to play it, basically, because we needed my Paladin, because our other tanks sucked. Then Wrath of the Lich King came out, And it came out with a Malagos fight. The Malagos fight required you to have Death Knights in the raid, so people had to level Death Knights. So I made a Death Knight tank, and another guy made a Death Knight DPS, and from that point, for like the better part of the next 10 years, I was a Death Knight tank main. So, and it was honestly, like, I enjoyed it a bit. It was fun, but it was fun more because of the community more than just the game, you know? Like, even when I kind of felt mentally like I was done with WoW, I kept playing it for ages because I didn't want to let the people down that I was with. I'm sure some of you have experienced that in some game or another. But yeah, as Death Knight for a lot of it, DK tank for a lot of it. And a lot of that, the reason I was DK tank and not DK DPS was because I could not stand it was just anger. I couldn't stand bad tanks. I'm like, tank, pull more. Tank, pull more. Tank, pull. No, not that much tank. No, don't, stop pulling. Do you see the healer's mana? It displays it in the party window. Don't pull when he's out of mana. You told me to pull. I told you to pull when he had mana. You know, it's like, oh my god, this situational awareness of you guys. So, dude, I would get so frustrated at tanks that out of sheer spite, I did it for 10 years. That was me. And I was often told I was one of the best tanks people had ever run with. I would keep the pace perfect. If the healer needed mana, I paused. If it didn't, cowabunga.
Go take him out. I do it myself, but my leg got pretty messed up in the last fight. It's all up to you.
This is why Muck plays Guild Wars 2 now. Truthfully, after I finished WoW, and I stopped, I mean, I was kind of burned out on WoW, but I was playing it just for other people. But when I finished WoW, I didn't think another MMO would get to hook me in. Because, like, when I look at Final Fantasy XIV, it looks like playing WoW. Like, yeah, it's got its differences, but the way you play it, the buttons you press, it's like playing WoW. And then I tried Guild Wars 2, and I was actually very surprised myself that I got hooked on this. Like, it's just, it plays so differently. It's so fluid. I shocked myself by that. The best tank is Spite Tank? Yeah.
Just got done watching your drama vid, Muck. I'd like to say hang in there, pal. You're the best, and I hope that everything turns around.
Thank you, Broken Angel. After this stream, in like a half an hour when I wrap up the stream, I'll raid somebody, and then I'm going to go start reading the comments and answering comments under there, because I promised I would answer stuff under the video. And we will see how that goes. We will see how that goes. But there's been a lot of good vibes today. I appreciate it, you guys. This has been like, I've been trying to keep that separate from my streams, and it's just been like a source of stress in the background, and I'm done with it. Bets on Laura being on time. She had a time change. She's allowed to be 1 hour late, but if she's 1 hour and 1 minute late from my perspective now, then she goes back to being late. The Europeans had a time change over there. Any plan to try the Monster Hunter beta popping this week? No, like, that's one of those games where if I got sponsored to play it, like, hey, would you play this for money? I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll try it. But the only Monster Hunter I've ever played was Monster Hunter World. And Monster Hunter World, I played it right when it came out, so no one had an opinion on it yet, right? No one was saying, oh, it's good, oh, it's bad. Like, it was brand new. And it was my first Monster Hunter game, and it was okay. I finished the story, and then I don't think I ever opened it again. I will say, you know that little jingle that plays when the cats cook your food? Capcom DMCA'd me every time those cats did their jingle. Freaking Capcom. The cooking animations were not safe. But that's not here or there. Honestly, it's just, like, I never really found like, in that game, your class is just your weapon, and I never found a weapon class that I really enjoyed. I tried them all. It was just, I couldn't get into any of them. As Dutch, shouldn't Laura always be on time? Do the Dutch have a reputation for that? I don't know that one. Kiddo just woke up. Catch you later, Muck. See ya, Shalafon. Returning player, I have all the expansions now. My Sky Scale. Would you anything you would recommend working on next? Certain masteries, certain legendaries, etc. You have all expansions and your Sky Scale. Well, you've done great work so far. Number one mastery in the game for me is Auto Loot. It is under Central Tyria. What is it? Pact Commander? Auto Loot. This automatically vacuums up loot all around you. This is such a nice quality of life thing. If you don't already have it, I highly encourage you to get it. After that, if it were me, I would slowly work on getting the world map filled in. Just do a little each day. Just be like, okay, bing, 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 bing. Okay, that's good, I'm bored. And then do something else. Just each day do a little bit, you'll eventually get it done. And then each day work on the story. The story is good, it also has good rewards. Each day do a little bit of the story. So that's how I did it. Every day was a little bit of world map, a little bit of the story, and then whatever I felt like. PvP, whatevs. Have you read the Guild Wars books? Which do you think is the best one? Actually, we talked about this recently, so hold on. I have to move some stuff around. They're behind a bunch of objects.
We don't have minions snuck onto our turf land.
Okay.
Infusing kit to
Yeah.
take care of these mines.
There we go.
Just
Sea of
wait
Sorrows,
around till
Ghost of
someone
Ascalon,
gets
Edge of
called out.
Destiny.
Grab the
There was
diffusing
another
kit. Clear the
ANET
mines
partner
out,
that told me I needed to read these and sent them to me, and I had them sitting in my house for like a very long time, and finally I sat down one day and started reading one. Dude, it was like crack. I didn't realize he sprinkled something on the book. I just tore through all 3 books. I'm like, what the heck? Why have I been waiting so long? They're really good. And chat, I don't even read that much. Like, these were really good. If you're interested, really quick, Sea of Sorrows is chronologically the first one. Okay, so for those that don't know, Lion's Arch, the city in the game, it's been destroyed multiple times. This is about the first Lion's Arch, and Zaitan woke up, and Zaitan is a big boy, and it made a tidal wave, and it destroyed the city, and this is about pirates rebuilding Lion's Arch, and making the second Lion's Arch. Okay? Ghost of Ascalon occurs just like not long before the game. There are characters in Ghost of Ascalon that are NPCs in the game. There are also characters in Ghost of Ascalon that have graves in the game. So this is about a party of adventurers that have members of all races in there, and they are trying to stop the war between the humans and the Char, and they're trying to find the Blade of Connor, which is like a Char artifact, and it is in Ascalon, where all the ghosts are. So they're trying to get in there, sneak past Char patrols that want them dead, because there's humans in the group, and sneak past the ghosts that want them dead, because they're alive, and find this artifact, and then return it to try to get a ceasefire going. Isn't that where the guy from the Guild Initiative headquarters is from? Yes. In the cutscene at the beginning of Janthier, one person from this book, like they're using his house. The meeting with all the world leaders, they're basically in his house, and they borrowed it, and he's upstairs eating snacks from the buffet. Lastly, Edge of Destiny. This one, you could say, happens right before Guild Wars 2. It's got all of them. You probably recognize most of them. It happens like right before Guild Wars 2. So you understand why Zoja is jaded and abrasive. You understand why Ritlock basically says like, I hate you, Logan, all the time early in the story. It explains all of that. It's very good. They also, in the books, they've got really cool interpretations of the powers of our characters in them. For example, Mesmers can do like long-range talking illusions, so they basically use Mesmers like radios. Like if you've got 2 fleets of ships fighting and one fleet of ship has one Mesmer that is just doing instant communication between all the boats, then that fleet's probably going to win. There was also another scene where a Mesmer on a boat is fighting against another ship, and they're doing like cannonade fire at each other, and the ship of the Mesmer just constantly makes their ship look like it's 50 feet to the left. Simple trick, very effective. Like there's just a lot of cool interpretations of our classes in the books. It's really nice. Can we get a guide to cheese core Tyrian masteries in Living World? Don't fractals give core Tyrian mastery points? If so, you can get a bunch from fractals. Pretty sure they do. They also met a Guardian called Overpowered Annoying. Well, what's his name? Logan is a Guardian. He's got the blue magic. Hey, Monk, not a regular viewer. Felt like passed by. Wish you support regarding the recent drama wars. Keep with the amazing work. Hey, thank you, Hyper. Appreciate you. I try heal Virtuoso win bug. When it gets quickness or alacrity. I remember when I played a version of Druid with Lingering Light that didn't provide alacrity, and I got so much bad feedback from that. Monk, would you suggest reading in release order or chronological? I would I mean, honestly, each one is a separate story in a slightly different timeline, but I would probably read it chronologically. So if it were me, I would say Sea of Sorrows, then Ghosts of Ascalon, and then Edge of Destiny. And then Edge of Destiny, it's like right after that, it's like boom, Guild Wars 2 starts. But again, Ghost of Ascalon was recent enough that there are characters from it in the game. Just so your video response, Lifetime Lurker, I think everything you've done is fine. Don't let trolls get you. Thank you, Xeno. How viable would a party of an Elect DPS, Quick DPS, and straight healer be? That's just 3 people. So, I mean, 1, you'd have all the essentials covered. You could have 2 more deadbeat DPS join, and they would mooch all your buffs and be very powerful. But yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on a sec. Hold on. I understand what you're saying now. You're saying a healer that does not provide quickness or alacrity and an Elect DPS. Okay. Hold on. Let me make up some stuff here to try to answer that. Okay. So, let's say standard party is Elect or quick healer, Elect or quick DPS. Okay. I'm going to make up some numbers here. Let's say this guy does 2k damage, this guy does 10k, and each of these do 20, all right? Okay, this is spitballing. Okay, please recognize that. Let's say that's 72k DPS total, all right? Let's have the same thing with your example, all right? Pure healer, Elect DPS, quick DPS, DPS, okay? So using that same thing, we've got like 2k there, 10k there, oops, hang on a second, and 10k there, 20k for the pure DPS, 20k for the pure. Okay, so in total that's 40, 50, 62. Okay, so that is 62k DPS total. Okay, so what you've done is you've basically said we're going to take 3 supportive characters instead of 2 supportive characters. So you have 1 less pure DPS character. Will it still work? Yes. Will you clear content except for the content in the game that has the highest of enrage timers? Yes, you will clear 99% of the content in the game. It will be slower. That's the bottom line. It would be slower. You could do it, it'll work, it'll function, but it will be slower. That's it. When are you releasing the audiobook video on YouTube? Okay, real talk, I think Wooden Potatoes might have that. I think Wooden Potatoes might have an audiobook of those books. I think that was from before my time as a content creator, but I've heard about it.
Okay, Law Master Muck also happy 4-year sub Mukluk bits, so keep it up, but don't forget to eat Mukluk eats also chip need extra pet pat Mukluk chip pat but time to buggy out booyah Mukluk dance in Mukluk love.
Buggy out booyah. Thank you, Alejandra. Yes, I just had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm good. I'm fueled until dinner time. I will live another few hours. He does, yeah. Fractals do give core tiering mastery points to dungeons, but might only give XP when completing the path. There was an XP farm ages ago. Dungeons, I haven't done in ages, but I remember doing a lot of the silly achievements in Fractals for easy mastery points.
Nice.
Kind of like how Heelbender gets gated for some content because it can't quite heal enough the highest top end. Pause. I mean, Heelbender is very, very good for some fights, and it's very easy to play. Like, if you have a healer that's just joining the game, they're like, I really like healing, but I'm new, what do you recommend? I'll be like, Heelbender's really easy to learn. It has, it's very easy to learn, but even when you master it, it can't quite perform as well as some of the others once you've mastered those. So you could, like, do Heelbender as, like, your, you know, your baby's first healer, and then graduate to something else later on if you wish to. But it's an option. I'd be good with a Mukluk lo-fi book reading stream. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need more water. I need you to embed on the history and tell me why Ritlock was mad at you for promoting breakdance lessons. Alright, those were a lot of words that individually made sense, but you put them together and you lost me. What are the top healers for World versus World? I have not done World v World in a while, so I don't feel qualified to answer that, so let's turn that to the audience. Audience! What is the best World v World healers? People that do World v World regularly. What do you think? Like, when I last did it, I would absolutely say Guardian. But, the times, they are changing. Core Thief healer, I probably am inclined to not believe you. Alright, alright, responses are Druid, Tempest, Vindicator. I like Firebrand, Druid, Scrapper, Firebrand, Tempest, Druid. Okay, so Tempest, Firebrand, Druid, and Scrapper are coming up a lot in the responses. So those are probably reliable. I'm probably going to ignore the guy that said Weaver sideways winky face.
Soldier running executions. Perhaps we turn the tables and execute him.
Vindy is great too. Yep, Vindy doesn't provide quick or lack, but it has a lot of evasion and a lot of healing, so it can do the job in PvP type of scenarios. I was kidding, but honestly, in the first year, Shadow Refuge and a few stuff made Thief one of the best support picks for roaming parties. Okay. Would you play a Guild Wars card game? I would try almost any Guild Wars related game that comes out. I mean, I've already stutter. I'm already established as a Guild Wars 2 content creator, so if any more Guild Wars 2 stuff comes out, yeah, I'm gonna try it. I did we talked about card games specifically. I played Hearthstone for a while when it came out. I do have a large Magic the Gathering collection. We actually did a video, it's somewhere on my main YouTube channel. There's like 2 videos that are like an hour long each where we were going through my old card collection and just price checking cards. And any card that was worth more than $20 we set in a pile. And by the end, the pile was, if we found a buyer for every card, it was like $10,000 in value. Like, I have a lot of Magic the Gathering cards. I used to be really into that. But if a Guild Wars card game comes out, yeah, you can bet I'm going to try it. Will I love it? I don't know. But you can bet I'll try it.
I need your help, brothers.
Ow. Really want MTG Sliver deck. That was one of my most expensive cards, was Sliver Queen. I have a Sliver Queen and a Gaia's Cradle from Urza's Saga. Those are the most expensive 2 cards I had.
Didn't see that.
Which class would you recommend to play as main to do everything in the game? Like DPS support and roaming, Zerging at World v World, and so on. If you want a single specialization that can do that, then the answer is Chrono from Mesmer. If you want just a class that can do that, then there is a lot. Because virtually every class in the game now can be a quickness healer, a lack healer, a quickness DPS, and a lack DPS, or a pure DPS. So, like, if you're open to like bouncing around different builds, like I'll play Firebrand for this content, which is a Guardian, or Dragon Hunter for this content, which is also a Guardian. If you're open for like swapping builds around, every class has something for everything. However, if you want to just play one specialization that can do everything, the answer is Chronomancer. Hope you like my little message, Muck. Your little message. Did you send me mail? Mikey just mad he not. But I don't know. I'm not trying to start more drama. I just found out about the drama video on 69. Oh my god. So I had to go through that. I hope things got better with you soon. You wanted to deal with the trolls just to make your day better. Oh my gosh. I'll send them a response after this. Thank you for being a positive part of the Guild Wars 2 community. Wait, what? Oh, someone bought me the Guardian Angel chair? Oh my gosh. Well, it's for a good cause. I didn't need this, but it's for a good cause. Thank you, whoever that was. It doesn't tell me who sent it. Just watched the drama video. I had no idea any of that was going on. Sorry to deal with it. I only watch you watching videos. You positive influence the community. Thank you, Stan, if you're here. If he's not here, I'll send him a reply mail after. Hey, Muck, you once said viewers enjoy your suffering. This was the wrong kind of suffering. The never-ending giveaway was funny, however. Oh, wow, that's a throwback. Mystical Beast Skins. These are pretty new. Thank you, Tricky. If you're in the chat, I will add these to the next giveaway pool. Mystical Beast Skins. That's the newest Black Lion ticket thing, I think. Or one of the newest ones, if not the newest. Speaking of drama, when is multiplayer Warhammer 3? That was great. Bananas, you... I can never tell with you. I don't know if you actually enjoyed that content or if you're just trolling. Mr. Beast? No, Mythical Beast Skins, not Mr. Beast Skins. Yeah, it's just like, it's a Lunchable on the end of on the hilt, and it's just a hammer. Every time you hit someone, little moldy cheese falls out. Let's see. I actually had a conversation with the people that set me up for like sponsorships and stuff like that the other day.
What is your sleep?
I'm fine.
Let's see. Oh my god, I have so many Twitch DMs right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, take care of yourself. Okay?
I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. Oh my god, someone at ArenaNet watched today's video. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, I'm gonna reply. We've got to reply to that too. I'm gonna be answering DMs from the moment I finish the morning stream until I start the evening stream. Okay. I mean, it's nice. They're sending me well wishes, but I wasn't trying to, like, let them know I'm being bullied or something. I feel weird about that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what was I going to tell you? Okay, so for those who don't know, just, like, without, like, going too into the game, this year, in May, someone introduced me to Total War Warhammer 3. I really enjoyed it. I have almost 800 hours played at this point. It got me bad. And I have, in many of my late night streams, I have played a few hours of this at the end of the stream, just trying all the different factions. And I actually had,
Over halfway to 100 months. Let's get it eat.
SideQuest constantly messages me like, hey, would you be interested in this, this company wants to sponsor you to do this game. Are you interested in this game? And if I say yes, then they try to make it happen. They do all the contracts and they take a small cut and they get me a lot of opportunities. All right. So they came to me the other day and they're like, hey, have you ever heard of Total War Warhammer 3? I was like,
what is it?
Yeah. And they're like, would you have any interest in this? Now, just because they say, are you interested? That's not a guarantee. Like, they have to be like, are you interested? Yes. Are you interested? Yes. Okay. And then they start trying to, like, find a price everyone agrees on, stuff like that. They're like, are you interested in this? And I'm like, yeah. Like, am I interested in getting paid for the thing that has been, like, cracked to me for the last, like, 800 hours? Oh, yeah, I could be convinced. I could be convinced, yes. So, yeah, I hope that pans out, because that would literally be one of those times where you're paid to do something you really, really love. You should do it. Yeah, it was, what was it in reference to? They're working on new content focused on Khorne, ogres, orcs, and goblins. And I was like, yeah, pick me, my lord! Crack and payment, when do I sign up? Oh my god. Pick me, my lord. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it's great. It's like, dude, that game has so much depth. It is so weird to play a game for 800 hours and be like, okay, I think I know the basics. It has so much depth. It has so much freaking depth. Really have to twist your arm, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's a world map with like 270 factions, and you can play any of them. You know, you can play Khorne, Blood for the Blood God. You can play the French people, which are, you know, very scary. You can play the Beastmen, which are like minotaurs and stuff. You can play dwarves. You can play Chaos dwarves, which are corrupted dwarves. But you know, they're like demons, but also guns. You know, there's just a million things in there, and like, every time you try a different faction, they play completely different. It's like learning the whole thing again. Not the French people. So scary. Mike doesn't play much Ellie. Yes, that is correct. I dabble in Ellie periodically, but it is certainly not my main. But if you have a question, I can usually point you in the right direction if I don't know the answer myself. Cheers from Serbia. Ever been to the Balkans? I have not. The only time I've ever been outside of the United States of America was when I was a kid. My dad went on a business trip to the Bahamas once, and he took me and my mom with him. So for me and mom, it was a vacation. For him, it was a business trip. And I remember I saw a rat the size of a dog that scared me in the street. And people drove on the wrong side of the road. It was not a great first impression of the Bahamas. But it was fun. What was your favorite land spear and why is it not Rangers? My favorite land spear. I mean, I don't really like the Ranger one at the moment because I feel like it's not good for any content. Like okay, Rangers power weapons. There's like 7 of them, and the spear is now the worst one. Like, it doesn't serve a purpose in PvE, and in PvP, I've not been able to make it work. Some people might be able to make it work in PvP, but it just honestly doesn't feel great there either. So I feel like it needs another look. As far as my favorite one, I like when they introduce something that makes new builds viable. Mesmer's, I have heard very good things about their spears, so maybe Mesmer. Not because I play it, but because it seems to have made a new thing, and lots of people are happy with that thing. So maybe that. Do you prefer power or Condi builds in general? Oh, Condi, absolutely. I like covering the enemy in dots and watching the light fade from their eyes as they see that there's nothing they can do about it and realize they don't have a Condi cleanse in time, and they look at me one final time. No. I would say Condi just like because I like more dots. I like more dots. But I will say in most of the game, power is better, and I recognize that. But Condi is fine for all content. And even on the fights where Condi's better, power is fine for that content. What's one of the worst grinds you've come across in Guild Wars 2?
Hey, we were using those.
The worst grinds?
Repair the cannons?
Not with
Oh, trying to get the new legendary relic after you missed getting the free one. Or that swim speed infusion. That's like 50,000 hours of swimming or something. Obsidian armor? No, 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 there's way worse than obsidian
Yay,
armor.
18 months Mukluk bobble.
Swayze Vox, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Use whatever you've got. Unless orders, anything.
Ephraim, what are you doing?
He's right.
More dots, whelps, handle them. Mend the whelps, left side. Hit me right in the jugular with that one. I missed out on getting the free one. Saying it like it is, I agree. I think the grind for it's too much. If I could magically make a change, I would buff Ranger. But if I could magically make 2 changes, I would fix Warrior. But if I could magically make 3 changes, I would reduce that grind. That's ridiculous. Hey, Mux, saw the drama vid, want to stop by and offer timeout community support. Thank you, Cora. You guys have been very good to me today. Appreciate that. There was a free one? Yes, when they announced that the Legendary Relic was coming out soon, they said anyone who has a single Legendary Rune before the Relic comes out will get a Legendary Relic for free in the mail. And I posted videos, and I was like, get this! It's buy one, get one! And so, you know, there's a Legendary Rune on that boot, and there's my Legendary Relic. Now that offer's over, you have to just build it the old-fashioned way.
Watch for Dominion defense.
And it is a ordeal. It is an ordeal.
Record, yes.
Just got ping ponged so hard. Alright, I'm just gonna do AoE res right now. Spirit of nature!
in here.
Oh!
Break their ranks.
Oh, good idea, Ember.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey Muck, just saw the video, had no idea any of that was happening to you.
I'm glad.
Sorry those people are being so crappy.
I didn't want to
Think
drag that
you
around.
have the support of this Twitch rando.
Thank you, Twitch Rando. Thank you, Analia. Legendary Rune Sigil is a lot easier to get than the Legendary Relic. Yes. Yeah. Like, you could say that getting multiple Legendary Runes is the equivalent to getting one Legendary piece of armor or weapon. And so getting one Legi Rune on that fateful day to also get the Relic was huge. And so, like, I made that video, like, hey, do this now. And I won't lie, when I made that video, like, right after, the price for people to make a Legendary Rune went up considerably for a short time because everybody was jumping on that, as well they should have. But then after that, you know, it's they're completely separated now. Runes are runes, Relic is Relic. You don't get, it's not BOGO anymore. You can't BOGO. I have 0 Legis and 1 piece of Ascended Gear, and I only have that to think so as well. Yeah, it went from 200 to 800. I don't know if that's the right numbers, but I'll say if it is, I still think it's worth it. Because the Relic is still such a pain to get now. I'd like to Pogo. Pogo stick. Let's see. First time watching from YouTube, I was wondering if watching from one or the other is better. No, there is no better. So, yes, every time I stream, which is every evening because I have a problem, and every weekday morning. On all those streams, I stream to Twitch and YouTube, because why not? It's good for business. If you're trying to support me, please watch on whichever one you prefer. It helps me the same either way. It helps me the same either way.
Stand back, please.
Like, and then even if you choose to, like, you know, do a $5 subscription on Twitch or a $5 membership on, well, YouTube memberships are $1, but $5 worth of memberships on YouTube, I get the same cut. It's the same thing. So please use what you prefer. Like, to give some examples, I think Twitch has got a better emote game. I can't animate emotes on YouTube yet, so I can't do that. But it is really nice on YouTube that you can pause the stream, go to the bathroom, come back, and then just watch until you catch up. That's pretty cool too, you know? So I think YouTube wins in terms of the player because of that. So, you know, there's pros and cons to both sides. But, you know, a lot of people like Twitch because, like, you know, they can use Loranity's emotes in my chat, or Iron Maiden's emotes in my chat, you know, stuff like that. So there's very much a culture, like a community culture of, like, you know, emotes and stuff like that. So it's just different.
Need to get rid of that plating.
Those cars! We can use the grappling hooks to pull it off.
I watch on 15 different devices with 15 different accounts. It's not the embed, it's Reth. It's not the embed, yes. Do you embed? No, I just have one crazy face. Oh my god, dude. That's not even meant to be a jump scare. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Burning a calorie right now. Alright, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't have an embed. It's just one crazy viewer with 15 devices. Oh! Hot Meta is like King of the Jungle, aka Chagaron, and Battlefield Career Octavine. You can use /DET to bring up the event timer. Yep, or you can use the event timer overlay to see it in game anytime you want. That's under the exclamation Blish guide list if you want it. It's very nice, especially if you only have one monitor, so you don't have to tab out of the game. Because boom, there's the events. I can be like, oh, Forged with Fire is about to start, or Canning Blackout's about to start. I like how Muck has more jump scare on normal gaming time than in horror games. Yeah, well, dude, horror game, if you want to see me at my scarediest, that would be when I played Outlast. I had 0 resistance to horror games at that time. It's on Mukluk Plays if you want it. I was very much a scaredy pants. However, over time, I've definitely built a little, like, I don't like them, but I play it because people like seeing me uncomfortable, so I've definitely built up a little bit more of a resistance. But occasionally, it still gets me. Muck at Dead of Night got you pretty good. At Dead of Night had, like, in the way that I'm complimenting their ability to do it, they had really good jump scares. Like, just the way they did the sound combined with the visual was jarring every time. I'm not sure why, but Bloodshot takes my frame rate for the inputs in the toilet. That's weird. If you're interested in pursuing that, ask them on their Discord. They might have some input for you. But if not, you know, that's fine too. But I will say the developers of the add-ons are super nice, and they are always helping people on their Discord figure out troubleshooting for stuff. Hey everyone, hi Anders! Anders makes me think Dragon Age. Dragon Age makes me think about Veilguard. Chat, I am a longtime Dragon Age player. Last year, to prepare for Veilguard, we played Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, the DLCs, and Dragon Age Inquisition, all in a row. Fresh. And we're ready for Veilguard. And I gotta say, all the news I'm hearing about Veilguard,
You know, he says that.
it's got me worried that I might not enjoy it. And it makes me a little sad. I hope I enjoy it. I want to enjoy it. But I'm not hearing a lot of great things. We will see. We will see. Does Big Line Void have a bigger area of attack to model size than compared to small Dobby Hill? No, 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 no. Everyone has got the same hitbox size for balance reasons. No, it is... There's a Mesmer clone riding on top of the tank. No, everyone has the same hitbox size and attack radius. Now, the visibility is a thing. Like, if you're in a small enclosed area, you might have trouble seeing if you're playing a Norn or a Char, but no, same hitbox size.
Report.
Nice work, Imperator.
I had help. Can't imagine Iron expected their tanks to be taken down like that.
I was a middle child growing up. I know what it's like to be neglected. Muck is just reminding me of my childhood and YouTube chat are the friends I made along the way. You what? You're saying I'm neglecting you, or Johnny? Stealing this quote from a random internet person, Veilguard will be a good game, just not a good Dragon Age game. Yeah, it definitely is further and further and further away from Origins that I fell in love with. Is Muck in UK? No, 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 I don't have healthcare. If you're asking if I'm playing on EU servers right now, the answer is yes. I'm on EU servers right now. If you do exclamation squad in the Twitch or YouTube chat, a command will come up, and if you copy paste that command in game, you can join any squads I'm in. If I'm in like a public thing. Would you play Stalker 2? I don't know anything about the Stalker franchise. I could take a look. I'm very open to trying new titles that I've never played before.
Now, commit to a new beginning for the charge.
It is 2 on the dot. I'll probably help kill this boss and wrap things up. Have you tried Baldur's Gate? I played Baldur's Gate 3 and did a good playthrough on Honor Mode, or not, sorry, not Honor Mode. What was it called? When the game launched, I did a good playthrough on the top difficulty, and I did an evil playthrough on the top difficulty. Both of them are on Mukluk Place, and they are hilarious, and they are about 100 hours long. But I have not played it since they added Honor Mode. Haven't done that. Tactician. Okay, I played it on Tactician. Did you play Dragon's Dogma 2? I played it for about 90 minutes. I really was unimpressed, and I refunded it. I am sorry if that's your favorite game. I'm not going to bash it other than just saying I really did not enjoy myself.
Don't apologize. Laura would be proud.
Did you ever go full dirge? Yes. Yeah, I did. The evil playthrough, I was full dirge. We were naughty boys. That character was named Dennis. It was a halfling with an evil mustache. Like this.
Good. First those Dominion, then we crush that machine to dust.
Hey, Mike, I was wondering if you know how I can connect my ArenaNet account to direct donations for the Extra Life event. Connect your ArenaNet account to direct donations. I would have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head.
Happy Muck Tuesday all.
I did that the last time I was involved in Extra Life, which was a couple years ago, and I had to go over a lot of paperwork to figure that out. It's not something I know how to do right now. No, sorry. Do you stream PvP as well? Yeah. Just to show you, I've got 5,736 games played of PvP. I love PvP. I currently believe that the PvP meta right now is one of the worst ones ever in the 6 years I've been playing. So I've not been doing a lot of it right now because I feel like it's too glass cannon. Like, it almost feels like a first-person shooter. Everybody's just popping each other way too quickly. It, to me, is not fun MMO gameplay. So I haven't played much of it lately. But do I in the general sense? Yeah, I have got thousands of hours in PvP. Just not recently. D20 saves. As the name implies, I'm a Pathfinder 2E D&D Twin Dungeon Master. I love BG3, amazing game. Would recommend playing a new game with the Urge bad character. They've improved the storytelling a lot since vanilla. Oh, they added more to it? Yeah, it was right when the game launched. I did good playthrough, 100 hours. WoW, started a new one, evil playthrough, 100 hours. I think I was a druid in one and a cleric in the other. Okay, actually putting it, not gonna have time to fight the dragon, kind of a bit close here. I got some stuff to do. All right, they added a lot of new stuff, including expand. I've seen some of the expanded endings on YouTube, and I've seen a few, like, you know, Gale becoming a god and like stuff like that. Have you played Pillars of Eternity? I have, yes. Pillars. Hold on, did that ever get moved to Mukluk Place? I have played Pillars of Eternity and Deadfire. Okay, the Pillars of Eternity playthrough is up on Mukluk Plays if you fancy watching it. Deadfire, I think, is... one, it's on the main channel. Two, I wasn't a family-friendly streamer yet at that time. So, if you're depending on it to be family-friendly, I'm pretty sure that one's not. But it's there if you want it. It's there. Why are you in that map? I just like doing metas. I enjoy just running around with people, and it's something I can do without focusing on it too much, so I can like do the meta, I'm making money in the game, I'm getting XP, and I can chat with chat at the same time. Have you tried this niche game called Spider-Man? Banana's been trying to get me to play the Spider-Man video game, chat. He gifted it to me yesterday. I might have to try it since you foot the bill. Would you say willbenders are the problem of PvP? I say they are part of it. not like solely the problem. Willbenders are one of the classes. They can just appear behind you and then just delete you and then walk away. They do very high damage for the amount of durability that the characters have. Now, part of this could be chalked up to the game developers decided they want it to be like that, and their view of how the game should be does not correlate with my view of how the game should be. And that's okay. That's just a difference of opinion. However, the way that I have enjoyed PvP, this is too glassy for me, and I'd rather play something else. So, I mean, as many of you know, on Tuesdays I do just Guild Wars 2, and on the other days I do lots of different content. We're in the middle of a God of War Ragnarok playthrough, and we started The Quarry last night, which is a spooky game, and we play in a lot of Total War also. So I play a lot of different games. If it comes down to it where I'm like, okay, I could do PvP or something else, right now I'm going to do something else. But that's just me. It totally depends on how you like to play. Like, if you like playing the assassin that makes someone disappear in 1 second, you might love the current meta. I love the PvP back when we had tanks. God of Bigger Boy playthrough. Yeah, the God of Bigger, Ruder Boy. Yes. Spider-Man's amazing, but need to ask knowing Muck, does it have decent keyboard and mouse controls? That's a good question, Banana. Can I play the Spider-Man game with good keyboard and mouse controls? I definitely love my keyboard and mouse. Banana says it does. Okay. Spider-Man's a very enjoyable game, phenomenal story, tons of references and Easter eggs, 15 out of 10 recommend. Okay. How would you personally rank the professions in regards to PvE? I would say that in the past, like around Path of Fire time, there was a very clear hierarchy. Now, it's not. Now it's a lot more mixed bag. Because every class can be a quickness healer. Every class can be an alacrity healer. Every class can be a quickness DPS. Almost every class can be an alac DPS. Every class can be a pure DPS. Now, part of that is like the homogenization of the classes, and some of them have lost a bit of their class identity. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like when a class can do a niche thing no one else can. But the end result is every class can truly do everything. It's just different, right? Like a Scourge can heal you, but can also put up shields. A Firebrand can heal you, can't put up the barrier shields, but has way more utility. You know, it just depends on how you want to play. But they can all get the job done. Let's see. Okay. All right, chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for this unexpectedly explosive stream. I am out of time. I need to wrap things up and do some life stuff. Ew, life. So I am going to step away here. Thank you guys. You're wonderful. If you happen to be new to my channel, my name is Mukluk. I stream every single evening and every weekday morning. I'll be back later tonight working on, we'll be doing the Guild Wars Tuesday giveaway. I'll have some good stuff for you tonight. And then after that, some kind of variety content once we've, hit the late nights, the late night park. If you are new to my stream for the morning stream, I do Guild Wars 2 on Tuesdays. Tomorrow morning, I'll be continuing our playthrough of God of War Ragnarok for any of you that are interested in that. Hit the follow button on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. These are links to my 2 YouTube channels. I do have 2 of them if you want to see all my stuff over there. And a special thank you to our patrons who keep this channel alive, keep the website ad-free. Couldn't do that without them. And big thank you to that. All that said, I am going to look in the Guild Wars 2 directory and find someone to raid, to just show some support to somebody else. Let me see who is live right now. You know what? RTO is live. RTO has always been awesome to me in my channel. I'm just going to show him some support. It looks like he is doing, I think, Twin Largos right now, which has actually got one of my favorite soundtracks in the game. I love the music on that fight. So I'm going to just show him some support. I'll see you guys over there, and I will be back for those interested in 5 hours. See ya! All right, the Twitch people are gone. YouTube!